the hardest part comes last. The final set, the final rep, the last lift, the last inch.
Get in. He did. Touchdown Cougar.
It's not for everyone.
You can't do that to
It's
number
for the
one,
mean,
Jeremiah
the
Beasley.
tough, the nasty. It's for the fighters, those who refuse to go down. It's for champions.
Nichols, you can say goodbye. Touchdown De La Salle again.
And we are 1 month, one game, one drive, one down, 1 inch away.
Back to pass Mumfield. Looking deep, looking end zone. Caught, touchdown Technicians.
This was over with.
So go finish the race live, right here on Gridiron Game Day.
You are looking live at Tom Holzer Field, Northville, Michigan. The scene tonight, a homecoming for the Mustangs who bring in Brighton. It's a battle of the KLAA West, the top two, 4-0. Sam Stick Day, Chad Bush with you. Gridiron Game Day brings us to Northville. Glad to see you again, buddy. What a great game tonight, an atmosphere. A couple of orange and black teams going at it. What a great night for football. It feels like a Friday night.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, a couple of games early in the season, it's been kind of warm, kind of hot. Tonight just feels like fall. It's in the air, and I was walking up. I got here a little late. Sorry about that. But walking through the crowd, walking through the parking lot, there's a buzz. 2 4-0 teams. It's homecoming night. This is what Michigan football is all about in the fall.
It is. Orange and black all around tonight. It feels even more like October. This will be the final Friday night in September. It'll be October next week already. It's week 5. Look, some things to be solved tonight. Brighton comes in perhaps favored. We've got them number 6 in our Prep Metro Detroit top 10. Look, Northville 4-0 having a great season, as many wins as they've had last year. What a great story. These two teams are going to solve some things, the top 2 from the west of the KLAA.
Yeah, and you wonder what the messaging is like in the locker room right now to both teams. Both coaches talking to each other, getting their teams hyped up for this. You're undefeated. This is for the top spot and essentially the title game in the KLAA.
Sure is.
And when we're talking about the players that are going to make it happen on the field, let's get to the impact players for Brighton. On offense, big number 5, Carson Schrader. That is the guy you got to look out for. He leads the team in touchdowns. He has 8. But listen to this. 4 of them came in 1 quarter.
Say it again.
4 of them came in 1 quarter.
Come on.
He's also got 6 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns on the season. He doesn't catch the ball often, but when he does things with it. 8 receptions, 126 yards on the season, along with those 2 touchdowns. And then we go over to the defensive side of the ball. Mr. Do Everything, Hunter Harding at linebacker. Only 90 tackles last year. That's it. Just 90, but he has 35 already this year. All-state in track with discus and in power lifting. So that is a guy you are not going to want to see if you're coming over the middle if you are Northville.
Hunter Harding, a big-time prospect, outside linebacker. A good part of that linebacker crew we'll talk about later for Brighton. And their fine staff, led by their head coach, Brian Lemons, in his 8th year. Let's talk about the home team. Let's talk about Northville in the Mustang stick. What can we look for? Who's going to lead them tonight if they're going to pull this thing off?
Yeah, the impact players for the Northville Mustangs go as follows. Number 13, running back Caleb Moore. He leads the team in rushing, 369 yards, averaging almost 8 yards per carry, and he's tied for the team lead in touchdowns with 6. So he's kind of, as he goes on offense, they go on offense. And then we look at the defensive side of the ball. Number 9, Hunter Laddick. And this guy's better be good at football because not only is his whole family involved in this program, his brothers, his dad, his uncle, his son is already signed up when he ever has a kid. Like, he is ready to go, but he's the leading tackler. He's just a big part of this team, and on defense, he's going to play a big role tonight.
He sure is. It's a Northville defense. It's very stingy, cohesive, pesky, rally to the ball. Look, they make it very clear, Stick. We're 0 stars. We're nobodies. Nobody wants us. We're not committed anywhere, not a D1, not a D2, not a D3, but we're dang good, and we're ready to beat you tonight if you're not ready. So the Northville Mustangs come in here with a little bit of steam. We talked to their head coach and had a fine chat with the great Matt Laddick. His thoughts are next. We are the Prep. Gridiron Game Day from Northville. It's week 5. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to Tom Holzer Field. Chad Bush with the head coach of Northville High School, Matt Laddick, in his 15th year. It's homecoming. You've got Brighton in town. It's the top 2 teams in the KLAA West. What an exciting night here. This atmosphere is electric already. It is.
We've had a great week of homecoming festivities, if you will. Our players have been dialed in each and every day, and the support that we're getting, not only from the student body, but the entire community, is awesome, and we love it.
How about this team? It's really a feel-good story, 4-0. You've exceeded your win total from a year ago. This team is different than last year, maybe the last few years. Talk about what makes this team so special.
Yeah, each year we always get great effort out of our players. This year, just for whatever reason, things are clicking. The guys genuinely love one another. They're playing for one another. Each and every day they show up to practice, whether it's in the weight room, in the meeting room, on the field for practice, or obviously on game days. We're just getting the absolute best effort out of every single guy.
Leadership's important. You've got several of them. Obviously, you start at the quarterback position. When you start with the offense, you've had a great start from your quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Just talk about the leadership from that position and how helpful it is to have a guy that you have behind center.
Yeah, Luca is doing a tremendous job. He's the kind of guy that leads by example. Nobody's going to outwork Luca Pryor, and he's also the guy that has the courage to be able to tell guys when they need to do better, and he goes about it in a tactful way. He's not that attacking personality where he's trying to diss or dog his teammates. He's doing it in a genuine way because he wants them to be better so we can be better.
Yeah, Luca's been great, and he's had some help in the backfield with Moore. How nice is it to have that duo to throw, pass, and have some options on offense?
Yeah, no, it's nice. Caleb is doing a great job. You're going to see him run the ball tonight, and he runs hard. No single guy is going to just bring him down. It's going to take a few defenders to bring him down, and we will keep feeding him that rock.
Defensively, you guys have been stout this year. Maybe the offense has overshadowed it, but the defense has been the best in the conference thus far. What makes the defense so good?
Well, first and foremost, the best defense is an offense that maintains possession of the ball and controls the clock, and our offense has done that. And when our defense has opportunities to get out on the field, they're playing hard, they're playing fast, they're putting their face on the football, and they're bringing guys down.
What's Northville football all about? You've been here now 15 years. You've had some great success. What do you want this program and this team to be known for?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, when I got here 15 years ago, I took over a program that had struggled, and we talked about instilling a new culture in the program, and it all starts with the fist. Our players from way back in the day, I hope some of these guys are watching the game tonight. Work hard, do your best, be tough, never give up, and compete, and that'll make us not only champions on the field, but champions in the game of life.
Sounds like a coach, looks like a coach. He's got his team ready tonight. Give us one quick key, something that has to happen tonight if you guys are going to be victorious, go to 5-0, and go off with the school's best start.
Yeah, we got to protect the football, we got to block, we got to defeat blocks, and we got to tackle.
All right, there he is, Matt Laddick. Thank you so much. Best of luck tonight for you and the Mustangs.
Thank you. I appreciate it a ton.
All right, there he is. We've got kickoff coming up right after this. You're watching pregame coverage. This is the Prep Gridiron Game Day. Beautiful night for football. 62 degrees in Northville. Everybody on their feet. Orange and black everywhere. It's homecoming. And what a great battle we have. The 36th all-time between these schools. It's really been dominated, surprisingly, by Northville in the series, Stick. But last year, it was Brighton. And it was Brighton, the Dogs, who are coming out right now, who won a tight one, 28-27. both teams underachieved last year. This year's different, and both teams have proven that already.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, like you said, they've already matched or surpassed their win total of last year. And when you're looking at their points per game plus the defensive side of the ball, they're very similar. I mean, Brighton's giving up 8 points a game, but they're getting 32 points a game. Then you flip over to Northville, 33 points a game, and only letting up 6.5 points a game. Something's got to give tonight.
We'll pause, step aside for the anthem. We're back after this. We're the Prep.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
How the KLAA West was won. We think tonight will tell the tale. Welcome back. We are the Prep. This is Gridiron Game Day. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Northville and Brighton. Both teams 4-0 stick, close as you mentioned in offensive points and defensive points given up. What does Northville want to do offensively? What's sort of the philosophy that they have for Matt Laddick and company?
For Northville, we're talking about they want to play quick, they want to be gritty, but really they want to control the game. I mean, shortening the game is something that we have as one of their keys to the game. They definitely want to do that. They want to control the ball and make sure that they are the ones dictating the tempo. But they also want to play quick and play fast, and that's what I mean during the plays. Like, they want to run and run and run and keep possession, but while the game's going on, they want to use their speed and their grit to their advantage. And then we flip on over to Brighton. They need to be balanced on offense. That's something that they pride themselves in. They run that spread offense, 1 single back, 3 wide, but they really love their balance. And they got to match the toughness of Northville. Northville's undersized, but they're gritty, and if Brighton can match that toughness, we're going to have a ball game.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Glad to be with you. He's Sam Stick Day. We are underway. Northville kicks off to Brighton. Brighton has it left side. This is their tailback. This is a big gator near midfield. And this is Carson Schrader, the senior running back, a guy that's been shredding up Livingston County in the KLAA all season long.
And he got the fans into it early. I love that they're all wearing construction outfits, the official outfit of summer in Michigan. But, yeah, what a great return. 54 yards. My goodness, that's how you start off.
Finally forced out of bounds along that far side. But this is the field position. They'll mark him out at the 40-yard line. So here comes Brighton, the Bulldogs, 4-0 under their 8th-year head coach, Brian Lemons. And it's an offense. It's led by Denny Hopkins in his first year, coming over from Linden. Michigan Hall of Famer is got this offense humming to 33 points a game. It's flung right side across the 45, and it's a good gain of about 8 yards by Jack Gregorich, the 5'9 senior, his 7th catch of the year. 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, I like that throw by Colin there. He was able to lead his running back into the play.
Schrader, Thomas C. Gregorich, Millhouse, and Davis are the wide receivers. Schrader, as you saw already, electric. And then Gregorich with that quick catch. 2nd and short, out of the gun. Just underway. Big battle between these KLAA teams, both 4-0. out of the West. That's enough for the first down, move the chains, and Brighton for the first time tonight is quickly into Mustang territory.
Man, and if that's the taste of Carson Schrader that we're going to see tonight, I am looking forward to it. Ran over the tackler in the hole.
Lorius up front along with Thalacker, Story, McGuire, and Mullally. Story is also a baseball player, and he's a guy on that right side. Well, left side fling. It's Schrader again. Has about 5 before he's wrapped up and tackled at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the guy that made that play happen, though, was Mason Millhouse on the edge, turning his defender and making sure that Carson was able to get the edge and just pick up, 6 yards, but that still is a nice pickup on first down.
Yes, sir. You see Matt Laddick, the 15-year head coach. He's the D coordinator as well. First time he's been in that role since 2004 when he was an assistant here. So in the gun, 2nd and 5 from the 41. Outside run going nowhere. Firm edge that time and a stuff job. Ferris Jordan was over there, the 6'3", 280 nose guard, stirring things up, along with a whole host of orange jerseys.
Yeah, Cole was in on that play, the sophomore too, 6'1", 175. They were able to stretch out that running play, force him to the sideline, and make the tackle. That's exactly what you want to do on defense.
Gil Martin, Jordan, and El Zayat up front for the Mustangs. And the backers, you got a lot of them. Hoffman, Ross, V, Anastasio, Laddick, and Deke. Looking right, the first pass of the game is short and dropped. It was a 3rd and 5. Now, this could be 4-down territory. You're at the 41-yard line, Stick. What do you do? Brighton with a decision early in this one in the first quarter in their first drive.
Yeah, it's either 4-down territory or it's fake punt territory. I mean, this is that no man's land, right? You're not really going to kick a field goal, but you're only going to gain 20 yards if you kick a long punt. So you might as well go for it.
Rankin, Groot, Murphy, and Anderson on the back end for the Mustangs. It's a good group. Groot, a senior, leads them back there with Anderson, also a senior. So they're going for it. 4th and 5 from the 41. In the gun is the quarterback, Colin McKernan. Looking right side, has a man caught, first down. Catch made by Mason Millhouse. It's a first down, move the chains, and a gutsy 4th down play, converts.
Yeah, just kind of broke down in the middle of the zone, was able to sit down and run a nice little curl route. Both the outside guys were running deep threat, so it pushed the safeties back, but able to beat the linebacker. Nice throw, nice catch, first down.
Yeah, nice hands catch by Double M's and number 1. So it moves it to the 34-yard line. 9 minutes to go, just underway. The game's first drive. McKernan throws it right side, and that's going to be tackled for a loss. Hunter Laddick, the leading tackler with 36 on the year, and the 5'9" senior knew where that play was going. He looks like a coach's son.
Definitely. He read that play like he knew that it was going to be called. He was able to break on the ball. It almost intercepted it, but got the big hit instead. I think he's happy with the big hit.
Schrader buried for a loss.
A little flex at the end, a little head tap.
Yeah.
Good work by our cameraman.
Matt Laddick got emotional this week talking about his son and his last of 4 to come through this program. And can imagine a lot of years that he and his son, especially his youngest, have spent. There's a bubble screen left side, well played. The pass is converted, a strong throw by McKernan to Tomasi. That's their top target. It's his 15th catch of the year. But it's a quick swallow-up Stick, well defended by Northville.
Yeah, but I like the offense that Brighton's running right now. A lot of misdirection, a lot of fakes, a lot of passes that are pump fakes, and there's just a lot of motion going on, making the defense think. And we'll see if they can convert here.
Evan Deke with a tackle there, along with number 35. That's Zach Groot, the safety. So 3rd down and 8 from the 31. Handoff outside, nowhere to go, and the Mustangs fling him out of bounds. Might be a loss on the play. Again, well defended, the right place, the right time, and gang tackling.
Yeah, not only the right place at the right time, but the right attitude for Evan Deke. Look at he takes on 2 blockers, then able with one hand to pull him down to the ground.
Wow.
That is a defensive play.
No doubt.
And he's
Owen
fired
Ross.
up out there. Sorry.
No, he was.
I'm just watching him. He's still fired up.
It's a loss on the play partner. It's going to back him up. It's 4th and 8. They'll mark it 4th and 9 at the 31. And why not go for it twice? It was really fun the first time. From the right hash. 7:27 to go and a still clock. 5 wide receivers. No back set. McKernan in trouble. Flushed out of the pocket, downfield. And that pass is incomplete. Incomplete pass. And a turnover on downs, and the Mustang D holds.
Yeah, Northville dodged a little bit of a bullet there, but they played great defense initially. Quarterback was able to buy some time on the run. He had a player wide open, but unfortunately out of bounds before he could secure the catch.
Well covered. Finally flushed out of the pocket stick, and McKernan and Brighton couldn't convert twice on 4th. So 7:03 to go. We'll see this offense for Northville coming out. And this is a fine unit that has put up 33 points a game this year, a ball control offense. They want to shorten this game, control the clock from the 31. Throw right side. Pryor, the quarterback, has it complete and has it for a healthy gain of 8 yards. And that's his top target out there. That's Colin Charles, the sophomore.
Yeah, Nick Hellner, too, helped on that. He got the initial block, and that was another good read by the defense, almost breaking up that short pass. But Nick Hellner was able to get his block and a nice pickup on 1st down, leading to 2nd and 2.
You get a look at Luca Pryor, a guy that's had a phenomenal senior year, and what a great leader. You talk to this young man. He just represents his program so well and seems to embrace the leadership role. Going to pitch it left side. Tailback Moore has it. Has the corner and has the 1st down. He needed 2. He got about 5. Move the chains, and here come the Stangs sniffing midfield.
Yeah, you were talking about Luca Pryor embracing the leadership role. I asked you, because, you know, they're beating the win totals from last year for both teams. What's the difference? How do you have that quick of a turnaround? And that's what you said the coaches were saying. They had some young players move up. They're now leaders, and that's been the major difference from year to year.
Yeah, that's right. Moore, Besco, his daddy played at Michigan and also at John Glenn with the Schwarzenegger. Nick Hellner, along with Colin Charles, the wide receiver who had the catch. And Angelo Rodriguez is their top receiver. Throw right side, it's Charles again, and it's too low. Colin Charles couldn't come up with it. And 2nd down.
Yeah, you're kind of seeing both teams afraid to just set up and let them throw from the pocket. Both teams are rolling the pocket left, rolling the pocket right, a lot of misdirection. So you can tell they have some concern about the defensive speed.
Graham Gilmartin, the left tackle. Nathan Lee at guard. Travers, the center, his brother also on the club. Zach Hoshaw, along with Robbie Shuckle, and you'll see Luke Parinello in there as well. That's the offensive line in front of Luca Pryor, the quarterback, who's in a 2nd and 10 here from his own 44. Motion Charles gets the give right side, looking for the corner. And he's forced out of bounds by that tough linebacking unit. It is really disruptive. Luke Frizinger, the senior outside linebacker, makes the tackle.
Yeah, good play on both sides of the ball there. Nice little stiff arm, and of course, Luke doing his thing on the defensive side.
That's the unit. Harding, Bell, and Frizinger, the linebackers, very good. Harding, a Division I, Division II prospect, and really a lightning bolt at 5'10", 210. 3rd and long for Northville. Luca back to pass. Has it caught on the right side for a 1st down. A gain of 11. And the Stangs are into enemy territory for the first time tonight.
And you could see the difference when Luca had his feet under him than trying to throw on the run. That was a rocket coming out and able to hit the nice little curl route on the outside. But man, see him, he steps in, nice throw there. Completely different release and motion than when he was on the run. Number 12, Nick Hellner on the reception.
Very good catch by Hellner. It's an offense that does have explosive playability, but they'd be just fine. Oh, how about that trick play? Double motion, and Charles gets flipped up, but not before a gain of 8 yards. Tackled in the secondary, and Charles has had some explosive plays. Northville doing what they want to do, hide that pigskin.
Yeah, that was a fun little play. Fake pitch, outside sweep, pitch it back inside, and then a nice hit at the end by Brandon Baldy, too.
Giles, Rogers, Sicca, and Blake Thomas up front for a fine Bulldog front four. They run that 4-3 defense. It's a solid one. And it's led by Brandon Crew. 4-3 base. Linebackers the strength. They want to stop the run first. Gregorich, Velarde, Boley, and Stewart is the back end. Throw left side. Charles is the hot hand. Breaks one tackle. Runs through another defender and gets a couple extra yards and a first down to the 29.
Well, we talked about how Northville was going to have to, how Brighton was going to have to match Northville, their intensity. And Northville showed it on that play. Took 4 guys to bring down 1 guy. That's going to be a tough matchup if that's going to be the odds you're looking for all game long. Sure is.
Finally taken down by Andrew Stewart, one of the 4 seniors. And in the free safety, good size. He's the biggest of the bunch. 6'3", 200 to protect that back end. We're under 5 minutes. 1st and 10 from the 29. Northville, the closest anyone's been tonight. This play well blocked. Left side, it's Moore. Stays on his feet, keeps going, and falls out of bounds after a healthy gain of about 9 yards on first down. Makes second down much more manageable.
And more of that toughness we were talking about. We talked about how Northville has the gang tackling on defense. Well, you got to gang tackle them when they're on offense, too, or you're not bringing them down one-on-one.
Yes, sir. Moore earned his right, was the JV tailback last year. This is not a guy that was a prima donna that was given the job stick, a guy that's had to earn it. And you said it, tough runner, hard runner, and a guy that's going to get you those yards that you call yak?
The yak. The
Yackers.
yards after contact.
Yeah, buddy. Second down and 2 from the 20. In trouble, Luca gets a face mask, no call, looking right side, got a man, caught at the 10, to the 5, touchdown, Mustangs! 6-0, the Stangs sting first in Northville. Angelo Rodriguez into the end zone, 6-0 Northville.
And this was a busted play. If you watch Rodriguez on this play, he's out here waiting for the bubble screen, but once the quarterback breaks the pocket, he's able to go downfield, wide open, unaccounted for because his defender committed to the quarterback. Easy touchdown for Northville.
It's improv night. It's improv night in Northville. Sometimes you got to do that.
Give that man the belt. Give him the belt.
Prior to Rodriguez. So here comes the snap from Ross, the hold from Pryor, and the kick is up and good from Sam Weist. The senior puts it through 7-0. As we go to timeout on Gridiron Game Day. This is week 5 from Northville, 7-0, the home team. Nothing. Mustangs on top. Kickoff is taken, and Brighton's going to have good field position again. Brighton was able to convert a 4th down once, a 3rd down once, and then another 4th down attempt at about the 30-yard line was turnover on downs. Northville comes back and gets a scoring drive. And they took it in 9 plays, 68 yards. It took 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and it's a 20-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback and the leader of this team that Stick talked about. And how about Rodriguez on the run? So it's Luca Pryor to Angelo Rodriguez, 20 yards, 2 minutes, 37 seconds. And here we go. Brighton has the football back, and the run is stuffed right away up front. And that's number 6 getting in there. Stick, we've seen him tonight. We've seen a lot of them, and this is a stingy defense.
Yeah, very stingy defense and very active. You know, we talked about it. They're like coyotes, right? They attack, or a pack of lions. Let's do that since we're here in Detroit. They're like a pack of lions when they see the prey out there. It's just multiple of them just coming at you constantly.
Yep. It's a Brighton team that put up 35 points in their Week 1 win over Fordson. They put up 43 in Week 2 over Plymouth Salem. Just 9 points in Week 3 against Heartland, but still got the win. That was without their starting quarterback, the kid here. And Colin McKernan, as this pass is completed, but just for a short gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, once again, moving the pocket, getting the quarterback rolling outside. It's interesting that both teams are doing that. I'm not sure if they don't trust their offensive line, if they're afraid of the defensive pressure. Yeah, also, maybe it's just a part of their offense, but it seems that the quarterbacks are a lot more comfortable when you just let them take their 3 to 5 step drop, hit that back foot, and let it fire.
Schrader is checked out, or excuse me, a new running back. And Schrader is in there now to the right of the quarterback, McKernan. On a 3rd down and 3 from the 38, caught, 1st down. And that's Thomasy, their top target. That's his 2nd catch of the game. And Brighton has some space on the outside, and they move the chains again.
But here you go. Look at Colin McKernan here. He's not running. He's not moving around. 1, 2, 3, step, throw, right on target. Easy 1st down.
Yep. Thomasy found the hole. And here comes Brighton from the 49-yard line. They'll send 2 to the right. And the running back Schrader's been a handful this year. Stick told you 4 touchdowns and 5 touches in the first quarter against Salem. He has it here across the 50, a 1st down and more to the 40 as he buries that shoulder over a couple defenders, finally stopped in the back end by Cullen Murphy and company.
I love that. He was not trying to avoid contact at all. He was trying to split the block. He had 2 blockers out there, and he thinks he had enough speed to get through those 2 blocks, but no. The defenders converge, but he runs them both over.
Fine block by Miles McGuire out there, and that Brighton offense, it's humming a bit. Grant Heatherton was the quarterback that came in for McKernan, the starter, who was injured in the 2nd quarter of Week 1. Handoff left side. Schrader has the 40, puts the shoulder down again, and gets a healthy 5 yards on 1st down before he's knocked down and tackled by Cooper Hoffman, the junior outside linebacker.
And both these teams using every inch of the field, north, south, east, and west. Look how long he's got to run just to pick up 5 yards. First of all, he runs 5 yards back to beat the defender on the angle. But still, nice pickup. That's just a lot of work for 5 yards.
Yeah. Murphy in on the stop. A lot of running on this nice turf. Northville will get new turf next year. What a beautiful facility here. This is Tom Holzer Field, at least for the moment. Throw right side, caught, the 40, and another shoulder buried and a hit that's fringy near out of bounds, but they won't call it. Carry on. And that catch was made by number 15. That's Carter Gregg, the junior wide receiver.
Yeah, and this seems to be kind of an extension of their running offense. Just these little rollout passes, trying to get them to your wide receiver or your running back in the flat.
Cullen Murphy along with Evan Deek on the stop. So you see the effort, and that's what Coach Matt Laddick really loves about this Mustang defense, especially in their rally to the ball. Big play here, 3rd and mid from the 34. Could again be 4-down territory. It's a keeper, and McKernan is stuffed. Callum McKernan is stuffed in the backfield, and another decision is pending. And it's Hassan El-Zayat, the sophomore defensive tackle, along with Evan Deek, the junior linebacker. Look at this play.
Yeah, they did not bite on the handoff fake. They did not go with the running back, and I believe that's what Colin McKernan was hoping for. But no, he kept it, and he got knocked down in the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
But the fun's not over yet.
No. It's
another 4-down attempt. And Brighton on 4th down tonight. 1 for 2. 3 wide receivers to the right. The quarterback back to pass McKernan. has a guy set up, screen left side, Schrader, first down and more, outside the numbers to the 20 and down inside the 15, and it's a conversion on 4th and 5, their second of such in this game.
What a beautifully executed screen pass. And once again, more misdirection. It's a misdirection screen pass. You have all the motion going to the right. The quarterback then circles back to his left, able to drop it off, and you got 3 linemen downfield blocking for you. Easy pickings.
Well-designed play by Denny Hopkins, the offensive coordinator, as we wind down in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 15. Schrader throws left side, has a bubble screen, not much there, maybe 2 or 3. Well played that time. Over there was Ferris Jordan, along with Hunter Laddick, and that's the end of the first quarter. So the Mustangs will take a lead to the second. Northville, 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, a 20-yard reception from Rodriguez. We're coming back with a second quarter. This is Gridiron Game Day, Week 5. We are the Prep. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to Tom Holzer Field. My name is Chad Bush alongside my partner tonight, Sam Stick Day. Hey, don't forget, we have Brandon Justice down on the sidelines. We're going to get to him here shortly. But right now, Stick, it's a 2nd and 8 at the 13. Brighton has drove the field on Northville, and looks like they're coming with some steam and ready to answer.
Yeah, Brighton's been able to move the ball, but it's just pretty much been between the 30s. Now that they've kind of broken into the red zone, we'll see what they can do.
So here we go. This is the quarterback, Colin McKernan, the senior, 6'1", 180, who has 371 yards passing this year, 3 touchdowns. Again, he's had just one, really a game and a half under his belt. He was injured in the second quarter. And this is going to set up a 3rd and long again. Now, Brighton has a kicker. They are in field goal territory, but they've been 4th down happy in this game. 3rd and long here, Stick, what happened?
Well, it's looking like Evan Deek, even though he didn't make the tackle in the backfield, he did what you're supposed to do. He turned the running back inside, and then it was just a gang tackle from there. So Evan Deek made the play without making the play.
Yep. Very sure tackling team, a team that rallies to the ball. Collectively, very aggressive. McKernan, hands off. Schrader up the middle, has a hole, breaks a tackle down to the 5. He has enough for the 1st down. It's a 1st down. It'll be a 1st and goal, or so it appears. They'll mark him at the inside the 5, and with just under 11 minutes to go in the second, Brighton looks in gear to answer that scoring drive.
Yeah, and that was going to be a tackle at the line of scrimmage, but some nice lateral movement there to his left, able to make the first tackler miss, pick up about 8 yards, 9 yards for the 1st down.
Schrader already 8 touchdowns this year. 6 of them on the ground, 2 in the air. He's to the left of the quarterback. McKernan, handoff. Keeper, quarterback keeper, into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. 5-yard touchdown run by Colin McKernan, a little RPO, and his 4th touchdown of the year. And the Dogs are an extra point away from answering.
Yeah, excellent call. Just a straight run call with the quarterback. You give him a nice lead blocker there, and just no options. Straightforward, downhill football. That's how you score touchdowns.
Yes, sir. A little chatter afterwards, too.
And firing up his team, you know. Let them know.
That's right. So Brighton with a little swinging gait, perhaps.
It's always fun to see.
Yeah, it is. 44 is their kicker. who is on to attempt the extra point. Braden Childs to attempt it. And it's up, and we are tied at 7 apiece with 10:40 to go. A scoring drive, 12 plays, 69 yards, and a long one, 5 minutes, 50 seconds. Brighton on the board. We're tied at 7. We'll take a timeout from Tom Holzer, Ford Field in Northville, Michigan. Both teams have had scoring drives. We're coming right back. This is Gridiron Game Day, Week 5. Thanks for watching. We are the Prep.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
All right, we're here down in the field at Northville between Brighton and the Mustangs, 7-7. Carson Slater with a tough run there on 3rd and long to give Brighton a chance to come back. We're all tied up, 10 minutes left on the clock. We're seeing some tough running from both teams, strong offensive line play. We'll see if the quarterbacks can come alive here and make some things happen with the offense. It's been a defensive affair so far. 10 minutes left in the game. We'll see if any scoring happens beyond that. Back to you, Chad.
Thank you very much. That's Brandon Justice on the sideline, 3rd member of our crew. And yeah, Schrader, 5 rushes for 27 yards. And then on the ground, McKernan got it done. The ground game, you kind of asked for it. Like, why do they keep throwing it around? And they finally did it, and it was a big part of their drive, Stick.
Yeah, and I love when the coaches listen to me. It makes me feel so good. No, the coaches are definitely much better at what they do than I. But yeah, sometimes you outthink yourself, right? You got the players, you got the size, use it.
No doubt. That's right. Keep it simple. 3 wide receivers, an H-back, and a running back, and that's a tackle at the line of scrimmage. The carry by Moore, and the fine tackle up front. It's been a stout defense for Brighton, who's really shown the ability to get through some blocks here in this quarter.
Yeah, Moore was 1 tackle away, breaking 1 tackle from that being a big, big play for Northville. You see it here. If he can just get by this one guy right. Oh, he's wide open.
Yeah, first hit. Hunter Harding, a guy that is their leader on defense, a guy that's a power lifter, all-state power lifter, all-state track, throws the discus. He was up for the Livingston County Athlete of the Year last year. Luca throwing left, got a man caught at the line of scrimmage, shake and bake, spins out of trouble, and makes something out of nothing. It's just a battle to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll call it 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Northville's got to be careful here. You know, they had a nice drive on their last drive, were able to come down, get the touchdown. They got responded, and now you do not want to have a quick 3 and out.
No, sir. Joe Rohrhoff is the offensive coordinator. You mentioned controlling the clock, and right now, a 3 and out is perhaps looming. The Brighton defense would love it.
And Brighton was able to run a nice screen pass. Maybe Northville can pull it off here.
They did it last week. Screen pass for 44 yards and a touchdown. We'll see what they have here. Pocket breaks down. Luca Pryor scrambling right, looking downfield. Got a man, Rodriguez, caught at the 30. Rodriguez went up and won that mano-a-mano battle. How about it? Big time play.
And why run a screen pass when you can just chuck it up to Rodriguez and know he's going to win the one-on-one battle? And I like the officiating here. Yeah. There was some hand fighting, but both players were doing it. That was just competition down the field, and you love to see that, just launching it on the run. And look at this, right up over the defender, number 3, right through his arms to Ryan Velarde. My goodness, he's going to have nightmares about that.
Oh, you're not lying. How about it? Luca 6 of 7 in this game for 89 yards. Has another pass caught, completed here. It's Charles who's been a busy man tonight, and it's a 9-yard pickup on 1st down. That gets the Stangs knocking on the red zone door again at the 21.
And that's sometimes what you need, just that big play to get you going. But I got to give credit to number 22. Is that who's out there, number 22, who came in and completed that tackle? My goodness, look at the end of this play. Breaks that tackle, and look who comes, cleans it up, drives him back.
Yeah, and that's the reserve. That's Hunter Hopman, the reserve defensive back who comes in nickel packages. 2nd and 1. Sorting it out is Luca Pryor, the senior. Playbook wide open here for Joe Rohrhoff. Play action, right side, caught, 1st down, and out of bounds. Catch is made by the H-back, Caden Besco, the junior, 6'1", 210. It's a 1st down and a good play call.
And we talked about Northville and their quickness earlier in the game. You see it on defense, but you're really seeing it on offense, too. These aren't long, drawn-out plays. They're quick, short passes. Get it in space, get it to your guy, let him pick up the 1st down and keep the momentum going.
Besco's father, Derek Besco, former teammate of Matt Schwartz's, most importantly. First, Brian Besco, excuse me. His uncle is Derek. He played baseball in Michigan. Shake and bake Rodriguez down inside the 5 to the 1-yard line. A gain of 11. Ooh. And Northville's really humming right now, and Luca Pryor just having fun with that right-handed rifle.
Yeah, give it up to Rodriguez. Look at these moves in space. Number 2 has a clear shot at him. Nope, no you don't. My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
And down before the fumble.
He's shifty, we were told. And no disappointment there.
Yeah, my dad used to say, don't tell me, show me. He just showed me.
Yep, those hips don't lie.
Yeah.
As Shakira would say. All right, I digress. 1st and goal from the 2. Handoff, Moore. Touchdown. Northville's in the end zone on homecoming at the 7:20 mark. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Yeah, similar to what Brighton did once they got inside the goal line. Caleb Moore here, just a straight ahead run, and let's do it. Let's play some football. My big guys versus your big guys. Who's going to win the battle in the trenches? Northville did that time.
Gil Martin, Lee, Travers, Hoshaw, Shuckle, Parinello, all a big part of this drive. We take a look here, and just the plunge in for Moore, who says, this one's easy. You only need me to go 2 yards?
Looks like they blew the whistle before the extra point.
So the snapper is Owen Ross, the junior. The holder is Luca Pryor, the quarterback. And the attempt after is coming from Sam Weist, W-I-E-S-T. The senior.
It's an illegal substitution on Brighton, so they're going to have to re-kick.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We've seen a pretty clean game.
Very clean. The officials, they've kept the flags in their pockets, and it's been good because both sides have been able to compete that way. We saw it with the long pass down the field to Rodriguez, and we've seen it in the trenches quite a bit. There's been a little bit of grabbing, a little bit of holding, but that's on both sides. And as long as it's consistent, I think everybody's happy.
That's right. Extra point is up and good from Sam Weist, and so with 7:20 to go until halftime. 14-7, the Stangs reclaim the lead. They want the KLAA West title. The road to it runs through Northville, an 8-mile. Glad you're with us. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Welcome back to Tom Holzer Field. Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. The kickoff by Weist is handled at the 10. And here come the Dogs across the 20 to the 22. And that's taken by the up man. And that's number 32. That's Caden Krill. So here comes Brighton, a team that comes in number 6 rank this week in our top 10. They've showed out on offense, but they've been stymied deep in territory, unable to really close the deal What do you look for in this drive, Stick?
Well, another good response from Brighton. They got punched in the face earlier. They were able to score a touchdown, and then Northville once again drove the ball down the field. And this is kind of what it's been, just a back and forth between these two teams. And the only time Brighton has been able to slow themselves down is when they've controlled and stopped themselves.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the quarterback in the shotgun. Colin McKernan throws it right side, bubble screen. Brighton likes this play, and it's an explosive play across the 40 to the 43. A gain of 19 on the play, and that's the ever-explosive Jack Gregorich. And boy, can he fly. The two-way guy, the only two-way guy on this team for Brighton.
Well, he did not look tired on that play. Nice little bubble screen, like you said. The linemen got out there, were able to seal and get that edge. And once he's able to get hook crease, man, he turned that into a big play.
Had a big 44-yard touchdown catch last week against Novi on a screen. He's had 3 catches in this game. 4 wide receivers, bubble screen again. And why not go back to Ashton Tomasi? But this time well defended, sniffed out, and tackled for a loss, Stick.
Yeah, and you're seeing Brighton using a lot of misdirection. That time they faked the screen to the right, turned back, and threw it left. But Northville's defense was not fooled. Evan had a nice tackle there.
Yeah, Deke sniffed it out, man. It's a savvy defense, and then he beat a block. I mean, we got some guys that do a little extra here.
Yeah, Deke is a physical guy.
And an undersized team.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just not but they make up for it in other ways.
Well, you said the coach was talking, hey, nobody expects us to be here. Nobody wants, we're not getting the offers.
The 0 stars.
The 0 stars. The 04 Pistons.
That's right. Good call. How about that tight window? McKernan completes it across the 40 to the 35. That's a nice pitch and catch. And guess what? That's Mason Millhouse, who's back at it. The 5'11 senior converts on a fine crossing play, partner.
You called it a tight window. The linebacker almost able to get in there, but man, see, and that's what I'm talking about. He's able to set his feet and get that rocket arm underneath him. And when he's able to do that and drive the ball home, he can fit those tight windows.
The Chargers of Hillsdale are very giddy and all over the senior quarterback, Colin McKernan. Good size, 6'1", 180. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Schrader will take it up the middle, bounce it outside the numbers. Has a healthy gain inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. They get half of what they need on first down.
And this is a nice drive so far for Brighton. They're keeping the ball moving. Now they're in plus territory, but this is where they've kind of stymied a couple times. They've had to go for it on 4th down in this area several times so far in this game. So we'll see if they can keep the ball rolling or if they're going to get stopped again.
You see the sure tackling out of bounds. Just a very technically sound defense as well. Brighton runs a crisp offense, and they're set up 4 wide. Motion left to right. Out route caught. It's Millhouse again. And it's a first down all the way down inside the 15 stick. Another nice pitch and catch. The passing game showing out on this series.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're starting to see Colin McKernan go through his progressions here. He looks to the flat. Nope, I don't want that one. He sees the middle wide receiver, and then they also had a deep threat. So they're almost running 3 different levels and letting them pick.
Yeah. And when you have a quarterback that can select the right read at 3 different levels.
It's tough.
At this level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, double tight here. Play action. No, it's a give. Left side. Schrader has it. Has the 5, has the 4, has the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs. The bark a little louder than the bite, but that one stings for a tie. We're an extra point away after this Schrader run.
Yeah, Schrader did the majority of the work, but I always like to give it to the guys downfield blocking on big plays like that. And Tomasi, my goodness, Tomasi on the edge here, sealed his man, and watch, you're going to see him at the end of the play right there. Just enough to get him into the end zone. And big plays happen when wide receivers block downfield.
Yep, nope, good call. We're an extra point away from having another tie. What a game. I mean, we told you this thing was going to be a good one. Some other folks thought there were other good games along the way. I'm sure there were. We think we got the best one in Metro Detroit. Here comes the extra point, coming by way of Braden Childs. And we got another.
It's funny, the only 2 penalties in this game have really come on extra points.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'll
Sure.
take it. I mean, we've called a couple games this year, 30 penalties in them.
Yeah, especially early on.
Yeah.
I think week 1 had 18 in the first half.
Yep.
Or part 1, phase 1.
And 16 in the second half. So, yeah, this is much more enjoyable.
We've got some scores coming up from around the league. Jam Jan and Pat the Stat are working hard back in the factory behind the fence on a cooler. How about Evan Westfall out there winging it? We're in the Wild Wild West tonight. Extra point up and good. So we're tied at 14 with 4:42 to go. We'll keep it right here. Stick, look, what a drive and an answer. Didn't take long, 2 minutes, 38 seconds, 6 plays, 76 yards. And here, my friend, is the touchdown.
Yeah, and once again, just good blocking all the way around. But now we're getting a nice look at how the wide receivers were blocking downfield, able to get the corner. But then you look at the stats so far for Colin McKernan. I mean, he's talking 15 of 17 for 140 yards. That is huge.
Not to be outdone. I mean, you're right. Those are gaudy. Those are amazing. Pryor not shabby either, 9 of 10 for 117. Both quarterbacks very accurate tonight. Very clean game as we talked about. Let's take a look at the number 6 ranked Brighton Bulldogs. 4-0 KLAA West Division I, 2,060 students. My goodness. Brian Lemons, who came over from Father Gabriel Richard in Ann Arbor in the Catholic League. Drew Henson, who could forget Drew Henson?
Oh, yeah.
Michigan, Yankees, Lions, oh my, Vikings and company. There's a return that is halted before the 30 for the first time tonight. And so here comes Northville on their 4th drive of the evening.
Yeah, Drew graduated the year before I did, so we ended up playing travel ball against each other several times. Unbelievable athlete.
Oh, man. Still has the home run record for the nation, I believe, 70 of them. He has it for the state of Michigan for sure. Of course, the rumor, he was drafted by George Steinbrenner, the Ohio State fan, and the owner of the Yankees, drafted by the Yankees to get him out of Michigan and out of that quarterback spot.
Well, he only beat me by 69 home runs that year.
Well, you had a 390-foot left field at your field you were playing in. There's a handoff for a short gain. It's Moore with the carry. And the rushing yards tonight for Northville, it's been stymied a bit, Stick. A fine job by Brighton defensively. They've been stout against the run. Just 6 carries for 26 yards for the home team.
Yeah, and that's something that they really wanted to do is control the ball, make sure they slowed this game down. So they're going to want to get their running offense going, but they've kind of been doing it in terms of short passes too. That's why 9 of 10 in your pass attempts. It's kind of helping.
2nd down and long. In the gun, Luca pitches left side. Moore has it. Brighton's there, and the Dogs defend it well. There's a late flag, and we'll see what happens, but it's a tackle for loss for the moment, partner, and great pursuit coming from the road team Dogs.
Yeah, and that was just a tough play in general. They were trying to pitch it to get it to the outside, but the pitch was almost 3 yards, 4 yards behind the quarterback, too. So there was just a lot of ground to make up. The defense was able to recover, make a nice tackle. We'll see what the penalty is. Could be a holding, perhaps.
Yeah. For the call, indeed it is. So we'll see if they decline it. It is indeed declined. Moore with 5 carries tonight for 18 yards and a touchdown. Charles with a couple of rushes for 10 yards. Schrader on the other side leads the way, 7 rushes for 46 yards, and that's near his average on the season at 6.5 per carry and a touchdown. Fine balance both ways. We're tied at 2 scores each. Bubble screen left side, caught on his feet, extra effort, maybe a first down. It was 3rd and a country mile. 14 yards, and he might have got it, Stick.
Yeah, they gave it to him. They're moving the chains right now, but we talked about it earlier. Brighton was able to get a nice screen pass for a big play, and here Northville returns the favor, picking up the first down here. That was a great call because Brighton, you know, is going to be aggressive. And what do? Use their aggressiveness against them. All right, come get me. Just going to dump it over your head.
What a play. The pass from Pryor complete to Moore. They use him on the outside. A big conversion on 3rd down. So move the chains, 1st and 10 from the 39. 3 minutes to go. Tied at 14 all. Luca, play action, rolling right. Pocket breaks down. He can run, and he will. and he gets a few yards and gets out of bounds. That's what smart quarterbacks do.
Looking for number 27 on the sheet right here for Brighton. But he was able to come in and make sure that play, he was covering a wide receiver downfield, and I was able to peel off of him and then come back. Luke, how do you say that name?
Freisinger.
You're so good at this. Freisinger, Luke Freisinger.
I stayed up all night saying it 15 times in the mirror.
But watch him. He's covering a wide receiver. He's not facing, and then watch him turn around. Oh, you're coming? Okay, cool. Peels off, gets the quarterback. That was a great defensive play.
They say head on a swivel. There's a play action. Luka going to keep it himself. Outside. No holding flag. Yes, there is. And the receiver seemed guilty. And sure enough, you just can't look guilty. That's part of the problem, right?
I was going to say, they weren't going to call that. It didn't look like they were going to call that. But the minute you throw your hands up in the air and look them directly in the eye, they know, all right, this guy's doing something wrong.
Oh,
man. Nope, not me. Not me. Not me.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, it was you.
I've been that guy. Colin Charles busted. He's just a sophomore. He's had a fine game. But that's going to set the Mustangs back behind the sticks. And it's going to be a 2nd and long. 2:41 to go, tie game. This is this 36th battle all time between these two schools. Both 4-0, both tied for the KLAA West. At 4-0, this could decide who gets the right to take on Belleville. Thank you very little. On the East.
Belleville's a tough squad, as we know, we've seen. But yeah, I mean, whenever you're 4-0 and you got pride on the line and your teams haven't done this in several years, there's something special about these nights. You know, these are the bragging nights you're going to tell all your friends about years from now.
Homecoming. How many lies did you tell about homecoming when you were at St. Mary's?
No idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I know a lot of them. I know where the bones are buried. On Indian Trail. We won't talk about that. I kid. 2nd and 17, handoff left side. It's Moore, and Moore's just going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It was 2nd and 12. It's now 3rd and 9, and this is not what Northville's built for. You can't live on that broken tackle bubble screen every time. This is a tough yardage for them.
Yeah, we're starting to see that people get a little bit chippy. Look at the student section. Look how well they traveled from Brighton to come to this Northville game. Like I said, all in construction outfits, just like Michigan summers.
That's pretty sweet.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and I mean, not to be outdone by Northville. Their crowd's been fabulous tonight. They're trying to rally their team right now in a 3rd and 9 stick with 2 minutes left until halftime. Homecoming halftime, a lot of fun, a lengthy one. Out route, caught, 1st down. To the 39-yard line, a perfectly timed play. These are plays that happen in June. Well-timed, 1st down, move the chains.
Yeah, and what helps them out, though, was in the defense. If you watch pre-snap, they just start walking back, and they almost walk back 10 to 15 yards, giving those plays in front of them. Obviously, you don't want to let up the deep play, but you know, sometimes when you play prevent defense, like my dad used to say, just prevent yourselves to win.
Yes, sir. That's Nick Hellner with the catch. His 2nd first down conversion catch tonight. Clock stops with 1:51 left.
Now they're coming up in the press.
Pryor pitches right side, double pass, throws it, has a man downfield. Collins incomplete, but a flag is down. And this could be PI. This could be PI. Colin Charles had him beat deep.
They didn't call pass interference on the throw where it was directed to. It looks like they were calling something in the middle of the field, which may have been a defensive holding in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
But we will find out.
The spaceship just took off? Okay, that's fun. Where at? Let's get it on camera at least.
Fish's ride is here.
He's headed back to Cleveland. Here comes the official call. We digress. It is pass interference, and it is on the defense. All right. Well, I'll trust my eyes.
That is a huge, huge, huge call. I mean, I don't want to say that is almost like a turnover, but that's almost like a turnover on a penalty like that on a big play. 3rd and 9, you're going to get the stop, and all of a sudden, here we are, sitting 1st down.
So, 1st and 10. get another look at the pass interference play here, maybe after this play. 1st and 10 at the 35, a minute 44 left. Motion. RPO kept by Luka. Going to bounce it outside the numbers and put a shoulder down at the 34. Got a little nasty there. How about that? And finally forced out by number 3. That's the safety, Ryan Villard. Here's the PI. What do you think? Oh, yeah, he's holding them. There were 2.
Well, that's not the, yeah, they didn't call the one on the intentional receiver.
That's right.
They're calling one in the middle of the field.
Good call. You mentioned that.
Yeah, so that's where the penalty came in.
I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Right on. 1st and 10 turns into 2nd and 9 at the 24. 96 seconds left until halftime.
Look, we talk about Ryan Velarde and that hit at the end of that play. My goodness.
Yeah.
He came in and cleaned it up.
He did. He came with bad intentions, I believe. And in football, that's okay. Right side outside the numbers. Moore comes with some nasty shoulder. And he shakes off defender, but tackled by their best defender and the guy that Stick featured in the pregame, Hunter Harding, the senior.
Yeah, Moore has been running hard, and also a couple plays ago I saw him kind of chirping a little bit back and forth with some Brighton players. So now it's starting to get a little physical, starting to get a little wordy out there. It's homecoming night, and the game is close. So expect to see some really, really good football in the second half, and we still got a minute left to play here in the first.
Yep, and Matt Laddick, I think, is going to take a timeout here, or there's a flag down, stoppage of play. What's the call? Sideline warning.
See? That's exactly what I was talking about, though.
Yeah.
They're in the game, you know. They're up on the sidelines. They're getting a little too close to the field. They're starting to chirp the players while they're out there.
How about that white chicken chili before the game? Chef Marty dealt up. The Schwarzenegger loved it. He had 3 bowls.
Is there anything Marty Mallett?
We were trying to get chairs. Schwartz was sitting there eating like 3 bowls of white chicken chili. I digress. 3rd and 6 from the 31, a minute 10 left. And that is a false start. And that hurts. And that's a boo-boo that Charles wants back.
He was smart, though.
Caleb wants back, sorry.
He was smart, though. He tried to play it off. He started in motion, but then he went down into his stance, thinking that could maybe fool the official. It didn't, but look at watch him right here. I'm going in motion. No, I'm not. I'm just going down in my stance. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, man. Both these teams have been outstanding this year. 4 wins matches the win total of Brighton all of last season. We're only in week 4 or week 5 now. And the 4 wins for Northville surpasses last season. So both these teams kind of over par right now, and they're trying to do something here that could decide the West. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. The H-back is Besco. Clock rolling, 3rd and 11. Luka over the middle, got a man caught. First down, Mustangs. Move the chains to the 25. No, they're going to come in and say incomplete. Incomplete. So incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 11 from the 36.
Ooh.
And we'll get another look at that pass. They wanted a fumble, so we'll get another look in the benefit of it here, Stick. What happened?
Yeah, you're getting the instant replay over here.
It's Rodriguez on the catch, I believe.
Yeah, if they're gonna call that a catch, then they have to call it a fumble. So they just went with the incomplete pass.
So,
but that was looking like it was going to be a half yard short of the first down, anyways.
So here comes a field goal attempt, and it would be a 53-yarder, and it comes by way of the kicker Sam Weist, and the kick is up, and the kick is short. About 4 or 5 yards short. Great effort from 53. We're tied at 14 with 32 seconds left. This game has just been a thrill.
Yeah, I'm shocked they tried to kick a field goal there. I mean, that's professional level 53-yard field goal. But if he can make that, why not run him out there and try to take the lead going on into halftime? But now you got to trust your defense not to give up a big play. We starting to see the penalty flags come out a little bit more here since we brought it up, which we shouldn't have done. That's on us.
Right.
That's our fault.
You talk about kickers in Northville and kicking long field goals. How about Jake Moody?
Oh, pretty good guy.
Jake Moody is a Northville grad, a proud one. Kicked 4 field goals between 52 and 58 yards in his time as a senior at Northville, first-team All-State. And how about the Lou Groza Award winner, All-American, 4-year letter winner at Michigan, Jake Moody, the pride of Northville.
That'll get you a scholarship.
Pass right side is nearly intercepted. The throw right side was a bit gutsy, and Brighton says, we don't care, we want to score. And with 26 seconds left, they may rethink that philosophy.
I like that by Brighton. I mean, that was close on both sides of the ball, right? That was almost an interception. That was almost an immaculate completion. Turned out to be much to do about nothing for both teams. But look at that, trying to get it over the linebacker in front of the safety, almost does it. That's a pro throw if he makes that.
Yes, sir. Evan Deek is the outside linebacker that defended it. So here comes a 2nd and 10 from the 36 with 25 seconds left. It's going to be a run, and this will probably be a decision now. You have all 3 timeouts. As Matt Laddick he's going to get a timeout here. Yeah. So Laddick's going to use one of his time.
Northville's calling the timeout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. They want the ball back.
Yeah.
3rd and 10, they'll stop the clock. Matt Laddick and company will call time, and they want this thing back. I like this aggressiveness on defense.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to throw an incomplete pass on 1st down and not use too much clock, you can stop them on 2nd down on a quick run, and here you go, 3rd and 7. Hope you got 2 more timeouts. You burn one if they try to throw it here. Even if they try to run it, get the stop, get the ball back. You'll probably have, 8 seconds?
Yeah.
Who knows what could happen in 8 seconds? Pass interference, tip ball, lots of stuff.
36th meeting all time. We're glad to be here. We are the Prep. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. And we'll have a halftime interview. Brandon Justice will talk with the head coach for Brighton and get his thoughts. And that man is the 8th-year head coach and a guy who's led this club to quite a season, a comeback season. It's Brian Lemons, the head coach. So 15 seconds left, 3rd and 7 from the 23. Colin McKernan, the quarterback. Hands off left side. And Schrader's tackled at the 30. So with 9 seconds left, another timeout. That's his 2nd. He'll have 1 left to work with.
I think they're giving him the 1st down.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I apologize. Thank you. So they'll let it roll out. That'll be the final play, perhaps, of the first half. It will. So nothing solved yet. We're tied at 14. What a great football game in Week 5, Stick, to be a part of. We're glad to be in Northville on homecoming for Week 5 Gridiron Game Day. Your thoughts on this first half, sir?
It's exactly what it was billed as us coming in. 2 4-0 teams, giving it their all on the field. You have Northville using their quickness and grit. You have Brighton using their size. And it's just a good matchup. You know, they say boxing matches are made by styles. Both these styles complement each other on the field.
I agree. Well said. Northville leads the series 25-9-1. But, of course, that tight win last year, 28-7. Brighton won that game in Brighton. So we're trying to get to Coach Lemons, the head coach, in his 8th year, a guy that has spent time in the Catholic League at Father Gabriel Richard. He was there for 7 seasons. And head coach Brian Lemons is standing by with Brandon Justice on the sidelines in this tie game at half. Brandon, take it away.
Coach Lemons from Brighton High School. You guys are locked up right now at halftime with Northville. A little bit of a crosstown rivalry for you guys. Raucous environment. What's it been like for your guys to prepare for a situation like this, and how have they handled it so far?
I think our kids have done a good job. They come out and kind of weathered the storm early. We knew there'd be a lot of adrenaline flowing. You know, I think at this point we just got to kind of get in the locker room, kind of get some things straightened out a little bit, and come out hopefully in the second half be a little bit more successful.
Only 14 points for Northville so far. The RPOs that they're running are hard for any high schooler to figure out. How has your scheme worked so far to defend that type of high-octane approach offensively?
Well, it's just kind of been a give and take at this point. You know, they've had some success, we've had some success, so hopefully we can go in there and figure out how to swing it our way more often.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half, and we'll talk to you then.
Awesome, thanks.
this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time, right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Welcome back to Northville. It is Northville homecoming. You see the band on the field right now. Tie ball game, Brighton 14, Northville 14. Going to be a great second half. Thank you guys for joining us here on the Prep. My name is Stick Chad Bush, going to get some snacks because it's halftime and it's Michigan and it's wonderful. Let's look at some of the highlights that got us here. Actually, those are the highlights from last week. Do you have the highlights from this week ready to rock? Let's go through that so we can catch people up on how we got here. 14-14. Started off with a Northville touchdown. This got them on the board up 7-0. You're seeing quarterback Luca Pryor and a nice pitch right there to Rodriguez all the way down the sideline. Kind of a broken play, but they were able to turn it in to a good touchdown. And then Brighton responded right up the middle, matching number 17 quarterbacks. But here you go, Brighton quarterback punching it in. Colin McKernan with the straight run in. And not to be outdone, Northville on the way back, Caleb Moore. And this is when they started using their size. The big men started to get it going up front. At that point, it was Northville 14, Brighton 7, and Brighton ties it up on this run right here by Carson Schrader. Nice, able to get the edge down the corner and able to get in for the touchdown. Nice little celebration, and that is how we got to 14-14 right here at Northville. As you see the band on the field celebrating, of course, homecoming, high school homecoming. They're going to announce the king and the queen coming up. Their cheerleaders up here ready to do some things in the booth. They got their music ready to rock. It is halftime. We are live at Brighton and Northville in Northville with the Prep. Welcome back to Northville. Northville and Brighton, 14-14. Going to take a look at some scores that are going on around the entire state. But first, some highlights from our game last week. It was a good one. South Lyon East versus Walled Lake Western, and here's how it went down.
What not to like, and then let's not discredit Drew Viotto's 10 yards on the ground as well. Combined, they had 260, and Drew Viotto can hang his hat on that. Wow. Combined, we went for 260.
The one pass, I believe it was 35 yards. He was just able to lace that all the way down to Boyce, and that was an absolutely beautiful throw. But between these two, Walled Lake Western has a two-headed monster that the rest of the state is going to have to try to figure out.
They do. They've got it going on, and I don't know many quarterback-running back combos that are much better. Taylor plunges in here. It was one of his 6 that made it 21-17 with that touchdown there. And again, one of 6 touchdowns in the contest. plunges in here. Fine blocking, a lot of individual effort, 28-17 after that score. And another look here, just the great effort by the O-line and the fight to get in the end zone. And Wall Lake Western just dominant offensively. They want to have this tough physical run game. I think they had it tonight.
Yeah, and here's that nice run where he breaks to the outside. Even with a cramp, he was able to beat the defenders into the end zone. And to me, this next touchdown was probably his most impressive run. This is where he goes outside, he sees the lane and cuts back. Look at this cutback right there. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, when you have speed, a lot of players just depend on that speed to beat you to the edge, beat you to the edge, beat you to the edge. He wants to challenge people right up the middle, and there it was to tie the school record that he set earlier in the year.
Darius Taylor with 4 touchdowns in the second half. School record 6 touchdowns in totality. Western wins it 51-23 over South Lyon Eastern. They've won all 7 contests against South Lyon East. Now look, they come into this now moving forward, a new quarterback situation. We don't know the extent of the injury with Campo, but he was solid in this game. In fact, he got them going early. It's a huge loss, but we saw enough of him to really see how impressive and why he's such a good leader. 4 of 4 in the game for 90 yards and a touchdown, which got him on top early.
Yeah, and it wasn't just his passing stats. Look at his rushing stats. 8 attempts, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well. So that was really the dual threat that was keeping Walled Lake Western kind of on their heels on defense, making sure that South Lyon East could do whatever they wanted and call whatever they wanted. Welcome back to homecoming night here in Northville as Northville takes on Brighton. The game is tied 14-14. Let's take a look around the rest of Michigan right now at some big games going on. Chippewa and Dakota, 2 of the biggest schools in Southeast Michigan. Chippewa is up 7-0 on Dakota at halftime. Utica also up 7-0 over Lance Cruz. That is in the first quarter. Brother Rice and Catholic Central, the Boys Bowl back at it again. Catholic Central up 7-0 over Brother Rice. De La Salle upset last week, but arguably the #1 team in the state, up right now 35-6 over Orchard Lake St. Mary's. That is in the second quarter. And Rochester Adams up 14-7 over West Bloomfield. That is also in the second quarter. We are all knotted up 14 apiece here. And when I run through the stats, it makes sense why we're knotted up. We look at the score, 14-14. First downs, Brighton has 9, Northville has 11. Rushing yards, 13 attempts for Brighton for 48 yards, 13 attempts for Northville for 46 yards. Passing yards, 140 for Brighton, 141 for Northville. So pretty much knotted up across the board, and we're talking score, we're talking rushing yards, we're talking passing yards, and that's pretty much been the name of the game. It's been a very even contest throughout. We're looking forward to a second half. We have an extended halftime here in Northville, because as you can see right now, they are doing the homecoming court. Chad Bush was king 5 times in high school. Not sure how that happened. 5 whole years he was voted as homecoming king. That's pretty amazing. But yeah, these kids are having a good night. The stands are absolutely packed. You can see in the background, the Brighton stands are even full of fans. But the Northville side is absolutely packed tonight. Beautiful night here in Michigan. It's about 55, 56 degrees. Perfect football weather. We'll be right back. It is the Prep live from Northville.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Welcome back to Northville. Northville and Brighton tied at 14 apiece. It is homecoming night. They're still crowning the king and queen here. And the discussion's been in the booth here with the prep. Who's going to win this game? And Matt Schwartz asked me that question. And normally about this time, I kind of got a feeling of who I think is going to win. But I looked at him and I told him, I don't know. And that is the type of ball game that we have had. I ran through the stats just a little bit ago, and they're dead even. If we're looking at yards, it's 188 for Brighton and 187 in yards for Northville. So it's been dead even. They've been playing each other tough in a couple different styles. And there we see the king and queen of Northville. Congratulations to you two. I wonder if they're taking each other to the dance. I always thought that was weird when you broke up a couple and made them separate king and queen, and then they got to like walk down together, then they go to their dates. So you wonder if they're going to the dance together tonight. Or when is the dance? Probably tomorrow night, right? I forget. It's been a long time. But homecoming night, always a special night for high school students. And yeah, this game tonight means a lot for both of these teams, fighting for the #1 spot. Both teams 4-0 in the KLAA. So this is essentially a #1 game tonight. It could decide who is going to win the entire division. And it's just a good litmus test for both of these teams to understand where they're at when they play another tough team. And this game has proven to be everything that we thought it would be. Northville using their quickness and toughness. Brighton using their skill and size. And we will take a quick break. And when we come back, the man, the myth, the legend, 5-time, I repeat, 5-time homecoming king Chad Bush is back in the booth right here on the Prep.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're going to take it. That's game.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
All right, we are here live at Northville for homecoming, and we have royalty next to us. We got the king, Bo, the queen, Grace. How's everybody doing? How do you feel? I mean, you just won homecoming king. What's the feeling like? You heard your name called. What through your mind?
I don't know, man. I mean, there's so much tension buildup, especially with Ryan running back and forth. Some miscommunications maybe, but yeah, it really got the heart rate moving.
A lot of confidence for you going into the night, or were you surprised by the win? What was going through your mind when you won?
I mean, any one of the girls could have won, and any of them would have been a great fit. I mean, all of them deserved to win, so it was a surprise. I mean, it could have gone to anyone.
Respectable answer from their queen. We're here at Northville, homecoming King Bo, homecoming Queen Grace. We're locked up at 14. We got some football coming to you around the corner. Congratulations, guys, and have a great night.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Chad.
Thank you, Brandon Justice. Chad Bush back with you in the booth alongside Sam Stick Day. We're at halftime. Bo and Grace, congratulations. This brings back all kinds of good memories. I get butterflies in my stomach. You smell the popcorn, the hot dogs roasting. I mean, this really brings out the emotions of what it was like to play high school football and be a part of a school that has a homecoming.
Yeah, man, you know, smell is one of those things that just brings you back to a memory instantly. And like that high school football smell, that fall air, like you said, the hot dogs grilling and just, oh, man, the grass, the sweat, the tears, the blood.
Yeah.
And here we are Friday night.
Too much Armani cologne walking by.
You were an Axe guy?
Yeah, I think so.
The old Axe shower?
Yeah, I'm not hating it, but, you know, the smell, certain smells bring you back to high school football Friday night. Here we are.
Yep.
Week 5, 14-14 Stick. What do you think's in store in the second half as Northville gets the football first?
Yeah, I was talking at halftime. I don't know. And I love that. Normally we have kind of an idea of like, okay, this team looks like they're about to pull away, or this team looks like they've dominated this side of the ball. Both teams have been evenly matched, and I love that. I don't really have an idea of what's coming up next in this second half.
Last week we thought we were headed for a game like this, and then lo and behold, in the second quarter, quarterback goes down. And, game ended up getting away. So here comes the kickoff.
It's like an onside kick.
It does. It's by their second kicker, Griffin Lawson. It's pooched down to the 27 and taken. And fine yardage, cut back to the 39-yard line. Finally taken down in a solid return. That's number 15. And that's Christian Friedel, the backup wide receiver.
Yeah, and I thought if he would have come all the way across the field down here by us, he had a lot of space. But, yeah, great return on a short kickoff. Good field position to start the second half. Let's see what you got.
A lot of skill on offense for Northville, and as Stick told you at the break, it's an offense that put up even numbers. Both these teams putting up even numbers. Just a yard difference in this game. 7 more plays for Brighton, but very even in all the numbers. So here we go. Second half underway, tie game. Play action right out of the gate. Colin throws it to a wide open Colin Charles, who has a first down and more up to the 46-yard line. So the first play, they go to Caden Besco, the H-back, for the big play.
Yeah, and this was, once again, a lot of motion going on in this play, and he was able to sneak behind the linebacker, kind of lost in all the chaos, and you just dump it off to him for a nice play to kick off the second half.
Yes, sir. So 1st and 10, just underway, third quarter, the 46-yard line. Pitch left side. Nowhere to go. Taken down in the backfield. How about it? Fine play. That's number 3. That's Ryan Villard, this corner coming up and making the tackle.
Yeah, and you're seeing Colin Charles and Caleb Moore have a word after that, trying to discuss what exactly happened on that play. But once again, that was one of those pitch sweeps where they pitch the ball and it's 3 yards backwards. It's tough to make up that ground.
Especially when you have a linebacking unit like Harding, Bell, and Freisinger. I mean, these are guys that fly to the ball. It's the best part of their defense, and these guys are heat-seeking missiles.
Well, we've seen the screen pass work for both offenses. We'll see if they use it here in this long situation because you know the defense is pinning their ears back.
10.5 left, 2nd and 16. That's exactly what it was. My partner called it, and guess what? Brighton did too. They're ready for it, and Hunter Harding has a TFL. That's his 16th of the year. That leads the county.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of tell it was coming, right? It worked in the first half. It's a long play. There aren't many plays in the playbook for that. Brighton's been very aggressive so far in this second half, so I thought it was a good call. It just wasn't executed properly, and they were able to get another tackle for loss. And here we are, 3rd and 20. Now you're just hoping that there's not some pass interference or some sort of penalty that could reset the downs.
So, yeah, 3rd and 20 with 10 left. Ball on the 44, all the way backed up stick. And predictable passing down. We'll see what this offense behind Luca Pryor, who's been so solid tonight. A very sharp 13 of 15. And as Stick told you, Brighton sharp too, 15 of 20. It's been and now insult to injury, it's going to be 3rd and 25. So you got to get to Plymouth to get a first down.
Just a quarter of a football field. That's all.
No big deal. Speaking of the 20s, I don't know, something in their 20s caught my memory. James Ferris, our great creative director, his 23rd birthday, he told me it's his Jordan year.
Aww.
Whatever that means, the kids call it a Jordan year. So I think he's 23. And Matt, Schwartz, don't steal his thunder. It's his birthday. He turns 23 today, so we'll get Ferris, James Ferris. We wish him a happy birthday. Chef Marty got him a cake. I digress. Rodriguez has it right side, shake and bake, but not much else to go. He needed 25. He got 5, and it's punting time for Northville.
Yeah, that was one of those, just kind of get it out there. If he's able to break a couple tackles, hopefully we can move the ball and add to the punt. But you weren't really trying to pick up a first down on that play. You just wanted to pick up a few more yards to pad your punt.
Yes, sir. So Rodriguez with a catch. Good stop that time. Villard in pursuit along with others, including Freisinger.
I think they gave him the nickname Rodrigo like they did for Malcolm Rodriguez.
It would be fitting. It would definitely be fitting.
Rodrigo.
Oh, man, is he fun to watch or what?
And an awesome guy.
Yep. Luca Pryor stays in. He's the punter. And the ball's loose. And who has it? It's loose to the 26. And Northville says they have it, and the officials confirm they do. Special teams, a big part of this game, Stick. And Northville gets one bare.
Yeah, and special teams hasn't really contributed to this game, and for it to come through in this moment, that is huge. That put a definite spark in Northville because you could kind of feel the energy sucked out of them with that first drive, and you just get a muff on that punt by Ashton Tomasi right off the shoulder pad, and that's tough. You know, it's a cool night, the lights, it hits you in the shoulder pad. Next thing you know, Northville's on the ball, and they got a first down, and you could tell the sideline's back, excited again, and so is this crowd.
McGowan, the senior, with the recovery. So here comes Northville in plus territory at the 26. Motion for Besco. Luca right side, and he threw a dirt ball. A rare miscue for the senior signal caller. He was looking for Charles.
Yeah, that's only his 3rd incompletion of the game. So like you said, kind of out of character, and he had his guy open too. I think maybe he was just trying to get it around the defender and couldn't do it. So good disruption, and that teaches you on the defense, even though you can't get there, put your arms up, be a distraction, do something.
There was a little disruption there, wasn't there? I think at the end, the DN got his hand up a little bit, but yeah, that's a pass that we usually see completed out of Luca.
Yeah, change the arm angle, changes the pass.
2nd and 10, play action. He'll roll left, wants to run, strung out, and Harding says, Going to take him down for a loss. It's going to be a loss of 3. It's going to be another behind-the-sticks play for Northville, something that's been a theme in this second half.
Yeah, it looks like Brighton's coaching at halftime said, you know what, we're going to come out and be aggressive. We're no longer going to let them get sideline to sideline. You start seeing them go vertical or go lateral, let's just attack downfield, and it's worked so far here in the second half.
Indeed it has. 3rd and 13 officially, 8:15 to go in the 3rd. I mean, Northville's shown that they're comfortable kicking a field goal from here.
Tried a 53-yarder in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, so they're not sweating. 8 minutes left. False start. They didn't call it. Rolling right. Luca in trouble. Pocket breaks down, and down he goes. Griffin Bell with a bury. Another TFL all the way back to the 40, a loss of 9. And this Brighton defense, there is a flag down. But how about this dog defense?
That was a big hit. I'm not sure what the official is calling here. It may be a helmet-to-helmet hit, or there may have been holding in that area. It's tough to tell, but that flag came from the middle of the field, and he threw that thing about 20 yards.
Oh.
There definitely was some helmet-to-helmet contact.
Yeah, hit from behind in that play I saw. It was a fringe play.
Can we see that replay one more time?
Yeah, Schwarzenegger on replay tonight. He's your replay coordinator.
Because I was watching the tackle.
Robert Sherby, your TD.
Blindside block. You called it, Chad.
Yeah.
I did not see that on that play. I was watching the tackle.
Blind squirrel finds a nut. It's Robbie Shuckle on the all-name team who will come in here late. And, yeah. Anyway, 15 yards, insult to injury. It'll be 4th and forever. And it's punting time again for Northville. So out comes Sam Weist to boot it away, stands at his own 45. So how about the Brighton defense standing up after the return man muffed it away? Really nice job.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. Northville, you know, the stats were tied on yards coming into this drive. Now Northville's behind.
Yeah, a lot of negative plays. This is a beautiful punt. It's going to rest inside the 3, down at the 3. And this is where special teams now 2-0 Northville if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, they couldn't capitalize off the first gift that they got, but that's a great punt inside the 5-yard line. Anytime you can pin the opponent back like that, it makes it tougher for them, obviously.
Cullen Murphy downed it. Great hustle by Murphy to get down there and stop that play, but Weist is the guy that got it to that point. 1st and 10 from the 3, 7.5 left. Here come the Dogs on offense. It's an offense that put up 35 points in their Week 1 win over Fortson.
I'm a fan of a bomb right here.
Could be setting it up. Run up the middle, short gain. Gain of a couple. Schrader on the carry.
Yeah, I always love when I watch teams do that. When they're backed up on their own goal line, they're like, you know what, let's just chuck one just to see what can happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see it, those 96-yard touchdown passes.
Might be coming. Cooper Hoffman in on the stop. 2nd and 9 with 7 minutes left in the 3rd frame. We're tied at 14. No scoring yet in this quarter. Brighton looks at their wristbands. They're getting the call. Their offensive coordinator. It's first year calling the offense here, but not his first year in football. He's in the Hall of Fame in Michigan. Denny Hopkins, former head coach at Linden. There's a timeout on the field, and we'll take it with him. So we'll step aside with 6:41 to go in the 3rd and a tie game at 14 and a dandy in Northville. Glad we're here. Glad you're watching. This is Gridiron Game Day. We're the Prep. Welcome back. The KLAA West is looking like this. 2 teams at 3-0 and top. Brighton and Northville, they're squaring off, followed by Novi at 2-1. Everybody else under 500. And we've got a run left side and a big gainer for a first down. Gain of about 20. And that's number 2. And that's the wide receiver, Jack Gregorich, the senior.
Yeah, nice reverse call here. That's one thing that Brighton has been very good at in this game is this misdirection. There's a nice little reverse. They've done that motion several times but haven't handed it off. This time they hand it off, get a nice first down, get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Tackled by Matty Baydoun, or Matty Baydoun.
Matty Baydoun?
Sure. He does. 6:07 left, tied at 14. Right side pass caught in the slot near another first down. It'll be 2nd and short. The toss was to number 1. That's Mason Millhouse. Millhouse has been a busy man tonight. That's his 4th catch. Moved this to a 2nd and short.
I like Brighton's pace on both sides of the ball. On defense, they were attacking. On offense, they just, this little sugar huddle offense, getting the call from the coach and then running the plays fast.
Sugar Hill game. Throw left side, it's Millhouse again. Outside the numbers to the 38-yard line.
Almost got me to start rapping.
Well, you've been singing up here. Had a little Stevie Ray Vaughan kicking in the break.
Singing some Taylor Swift with Fish.
No, that was you guys. I'm not in on that trio. How about the blocking here?
Yeah, and we've talked about it earlier in this game. Wide receivers blocking downfield, it's so important. If you want a big play in football, you have to have wide receivers that block downfield.
Both teams very good at it. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. In the shotgun is the quarterback, Colin McKernan. Just his, that is a duck, but it's caught. It's effective. It's across the 50 to the 47. The ugliest, prettiest play you've ever seen tonight. With under 5 to go, happens here. And how about making something out of nothing and not losing track? Tomasi special here, their top target.
Well, that's one of those, just get it out of your hands and you don't even line your hands up with the laces. But I want to see that again. If you could play that one more time, it may have hit off the running back trying to make his way through. Let's look at that after this next play.
Yeah.
It may have hit the running back.
All right, Sherby's got you covered. Hang tight. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff Schrader outside the tackles. Cuts back inside. Now back outside and flung forward. Still on his feet. Fighting inside the 30 to the 28. How about it? Schrader with a chunk at the 4-minute, 44-second mark.
Yeah, Brighton has just come out in this second half and shown us that they want this win more than Northville does at this moment. So this was the handoff right here. Nice cutback lane, too. That play was designed to go right, but he wound up taking it back left, going against the defense. Beautiful, beautiful run. Great vision.
McKernan's been sharp tonight, 18 of 21 for a $171. No touchdowns. His longest toss has been 32. Schrader again, inside, breaks a tackle, drags a man. He's halfway to the first down, and it's only first. 4:10 left, and a tie game in a scoreless third quarter. It's homecoming, KLAA West to be decided tonight.
It's happening.
At Tom Holzer Field.
And Brighton is coming out and asserting their will here in this third quarter. I like their aggressiveness. I like the misdirection. And I like just running the ball. We talked about it at halftime. They're the bigger team. They're the more physical team. Use that size.
90 yards on the ground. Schrader leading the way. He'll take a breather now. They'll check in the reserve running back. Fling left side, 90 now. And it's well played and tackled immediately. It's Ashton Tomasi with his 5th catch of the night. Only a gain of 2. It's 3rd and short at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, if you got Tomasi in your PPR league, you got to like the 5 receptions on the evening and the targets that he's getting.
Oh, you sicko. You probably are in one of those.
The high school fantasy football league, But yeah, five receptions on the night, and he's starting to make a name for himself here in this second half. And that's good for him. After the drop punt, you don't want to see him carry his head down. You don't want to see that affect his game. And what has he done? He's responded, and that's what you want to see out of a young man.
What's the line on Fish's Jolly Ranchers eaten versus Tomasi's catches at the end of this game?
It's already at the over for Tomasi.
McKernan runs it up the middle. Ball is secured. Thought it might have popped out for a minute. It's enough for the first down. He needed 4. Move the chains. Brighton in scoring position again.
And Brighton has shown now that not only can they do it on the outside, not only can they do it with short passes, but now they can run the ball up the middle. That has been featured several times on this drive that we really didn't see in the first half. Really the only run up the middle was their touchdown run.
Tomasi, the bottom of your screen, to the left of your screen. Play action, right side, pressure. McKernan going to throw it, and we've got a flag. Pass is incomplete, and we'll wait for the call.
Yeah, that was a good play by McKernan. Sometimes the best play to make is no play. There was nobody there. It kind of looked like a broken play. It looked like he wanted a screen, but now there's nobody really looking back for the ball, so he just threw it away.
Illegal man downfield, and that illegal man was looked like Number 65.
That's why it looked like a broken play.
Yeah. So here we go. That'll move Brighton back behind the chains on first down. 1st and 15. Looks like they'll move it back to the 19. Oh, it's declined. Okay. 2nd down and 10. Live to see another day.
That's interesting
to
decline that penalty.
Matt Laddick's been around the block, his 15th year here at Brighton. He's led the golden years in the best decade of Mustang football, 2010 to 2019. And he's been the bench boss for most of it. Throw right side, whistles, and this play never happened. Pretend it didn't happen. It's a false start. And now we're getting a little bit penalty happy, and this is going to put these kids to sleep if this continues.
These kids.
Well, the homecoming kids, the high schoolers. Might put us adults to sleep, too.
Looked like some illegal motion to start that snap.
Yep. Good look there by our operator tonight. You see the movement by Miles McGuire, number 55.
Well, so here we go. 2nd and 15 now.
Final couple minutes of the 3rd quarter, a scoreless quarter, and now we're going to get another timeout. Brighton wasn't where they wanted to be. They have 2 timeouts left.
No, that's the 2nd timeout they've used.
Oh, they've used their 2nd. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
So now they have 1 left.
We'll keep it here and revisit the KLAA standings.
It's interesting to see that timeout usage, though, using 2 of them here in the 3rd quarter. You can tell that Brighton knows how important this drive is.
Yeah.
If they can get up right now, that's going to bode them well to win the rest of the game, because you could feel the momentum shift to the Brighton side. Northville had a very, very rough first drive. They got lucky with a muff punt, got it back, and then still lost 15 yards on that next drive. So this is a big drive for Brighton and a massive drive for Northville.
No doubt. You see Brighton 3-0, tied with Northville. Huge game, of course. Both teams 4-0 overall, but in this league they're 3-0. Novi is 3rd. Novi was beaten badly by Brighton last week, 41-6. Then you see Canton, the fine coach Andy LaFata. They're at 1-2. That's a rarity to see. Heartland comes in 5th, and Heartland was beaten by Brighton 2 weeks ago, 9-7 in a tight game. So here we go. 2nd and 15 with 2 minutes left. Handoff inside, not going anywhere. Stood up. And that's Tomasi in the backfield, and he's going nowhere. How about this defense for the Mustangs?
Yeah, big stop right there. And like we were talking about, this moment is very big. That's why Brighton wasn't afraid to use their 2nd timeout. Max Anderson comes in, and you could tell he's pumped up. He's got his team involved. A nice little trap play here to the H-back. Is not able to get anything on that.
Well, also in there was Laddick and Hoffman. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Schrader back in there to the left of the quarterback, McKernan. He steps up, throws into the end zone, incomplete. Had his receiver wide open. He was looking for Gregorich, but pressure was there. 4th down, and here comes the field goal unit for Brighton.
That kind of reminded me of the busted play for a touchdown earlier in the game for Northville. It was almost identical. And you saw McKernan rolling out, and he had a wide receiver. If he would have just been able to float that in over the top of the defender. But watch, number 2 right here, nothing there, nothing there. He's going to turn upfield.
Just missed him, overshot it. So Childs on to try to hit what would be a 34-yard field goal from the left hash to break this tie. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 1:14 to go, Brighton takes the lead 17-14, their first of the night. And what a drive it was, and a lengthy 1-2 stick, nearly 6 minutes.
Yeah, lengthy drive, ended in points. That's great, but I think Northville's actually probably feeling pretty good about themselves right now, only being down 3 after that rough 3rd quarter. Now they're getting the ball back with a chance to take the lead.
Got to be a little frustrated they missed the open man, but hey, look, there's pressure on the Northville side causing those things. There's It's just been a well-coached, well-executed game. Been fun to be a part of here in Week 5, Gridiron Game Day.
Yeah, great hospitality here by the Northville people, letting us hang out in their booth. It's a nice booth, too. We've been in some. This is one of the nicer ones.
It is. We got
wood trim.
Yeah, we got to shout out Brian Samolsky, the athletic director at Northville High School, who was a huge part of making this happen. And we appreciate his support in making this a go. Also, John Thompson, the fine athletic director of Brighton High School, also for supporting, and both head coaches were great as well. And Brian Lemons in his 8th year, along with the Northville 15-year head coach, Matt Laddick. Here we go. The kickoff from Lawson, muffed at the 20, dancing around and nowhere to go but down. Rodriguez is taken down inside the 20, and this is a special teams win that goes by way of Brighton.
Yeah, luckily he was able to just hop right back on that ball, try to get a little bit of return from it. Sometimes you see big returns happen on that, because whenever the receiver drops the ball, people start to lose their lane, they start to lose contain, and you can get the edge. But no, great job by Brighton.
There you see the great head coach, Matt Laddick, 15th year, played at Romulus, his high school, got out of there in 95. Coaching experience back at his alma mater in 98, then came to Northville as an assistant at 2000, left for a couple of years to be the head coach at Romulus before returning, and now in his 15th year, a guy that loves the 3 F's, family, football, and fishing. And he also has a special deal in that he has 4 sons that have all played football here, and one is currently playing. But how cool it must be to have not only your son is one of the best players on the team, and he wouldn't say that, Hunter Laddick, but to have your also, you know, an assistant coach, and Alex Laddick. Fun to have family involved in football as we get a look at this replay. How about Brighton defensively, Stick? They've been tough, and what have they done adjustment-wise in the second half, a little differently?
It really just seems like they're playing downhill. In the first half, they were kind of playing back, playing some prevent coverage. This half, they've just been going at them.
Yeah, very confident. There's a run, and that's by Moore, who has not had a lot of room tonight.
Official timeout.
Pryor's been a lethal target, though. Very accurate, 14-17. The passing game has been the leader tonight. More in the rushing attack. Yet to figure it all out. Griffin Bell on the stop there. Helmet off, as Stick said. And so a 3rd and 3 and a big play and a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. It's the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll come on back with Brandon Justice. And the start of the 4th quarter. We've got a dandy, 17-14. The Dogs of Brighton are barking. Come on back for the 4th, won't you?
Welcome back to the Prep. We are here live at Northville High School. It is homecoming, and this game has been nothing short of one of the best games in the state tonight. It's 17-14 as we begin the 4th quarter. Brighton has come into Northville and silenced the noise and made nothing of it with a 3-point lead from a huge kick from Braden Childs just a moment ago. It was the first score since the midway point of the 2nd quarter when the game was tied up by the Bulldogs. They come back and score another to make it 17-14. Plenty of football left, a lot of defense here tonight. We'll see if the 4th quarter has some magic for us. Back to Chad in the booth.
All right, thanks so much, Brandon Justice. We appreciate that. Yeah, the defense has been the subject, and right now the defenses are making a tough decision for Matt Laddick in this Northville offense.
Yeah, this is a very tough decision because you do not want to give Brighton the ball at this position on the field. You know they can kick the field goal essentially from here, so you're handing them 3 points if you don't pick this up. This may be just trying to draw them off sides.
Yep. Could be a bluff as well. The shotgun, this is Isaac Pace, the backup quarterback, who's out there. Pace on 4th and a yard, and we got a false start, and it might have been a good thing because this play was over from the start, and we should take note, the quarterback is out. We do not see Luca Pryor in the game, and we'll try to get eyes on that.
Yeah,
he is the punter, and we'll see if he goes out for punt. He is not, so we'll try to get an update on what's going on with Luca Pryor, the quarterback.
He's standing on the sideline with his helmet off right here, right in front of us, about the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
And he looks fine. He's not being maintenance by, I think that was just a ploy to try to draw him off sides, and it didn't work, obviously.
Yeah, okay. What you do about nothing, perhaps?
Yeah, just throw in some more mystification in there. Why is the backup in here? What's going on? Are they going to sneak it with him? You know.
Well, he usually punts. He's not punting. And this is a fair catch, 39. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. But now the responsibility is on this Northville defense. And it's time for them to step up and perhaps a turnover. They were able to create one in special teams earlier. They need something momentum turning.
They do, and they really had some success in the first half, obviously scoring 2 touchdowns. But it was them getting back and forth, and it's just, this has been a really, really interesting game, man, because it's tough to figure out why these two teams aren't able to do what they want, because they've been moving the ball between the 20s pretty easily. Then once they get in the red zone, it's a different ball game.
It's been a chess match. Both these head coaches matching wits in this one. All right, Brighton back out there. And the quarterback, Colin McKernan. 6'1", 180 pounds. Play action. No, it's a handoff. It's Schrader, left side. He has about 5. He's hit hard to the turf. A turf that'll get ripped off after the year, and a new one will be gently placed over.
We got to look at McKernan on the bench right now. He's getting maintenance, it looks like, on his lower half. Oh, my fault. Luca Pryor. The 17s. The 17s get me.
Well, 17s in orange and black, too. Just to throw another wrench. 2nd down and 5, 10:15 to go. That's McKernan. He'll take it left side, and he is close to another first down. Close to another first down. And the rushing yards certainly have gone by way as Brighton crosses over that 100-yard mark now with that run. Northville has half that amount tonight.
Yeah, the stats are really starting to spread themselves out. You know, we were talking about how the total yards were pretty even. Now it's looking like Brighton is 80 yards past them, and that's through 1 quarter.
They have made their move. Trips to the right. McKernan and this offense with just under 10 minutes to go in the 4th, taking their time. Trying to grow this lead from midfield. Handoff, Schrader, cut back inside, spin, gets down to the 45. 5-yard gain on first down.
And that's the one thing Brighton's been able to do that Northville hasn't been able to do, that consistent running between the tackles. And it's really opened up several other things for them, and that's part of the reason why you've seen Brighton be able to attack more on the defense, because they know they don't really have to plug up the middle.
Yep. El Zayat with a tackle. 2nd down and 5, 3 to the right. Schrader is checked out. And the reserve running back comes in for Brighton and gets the call off the right side. That's Nathan Stark, the sophomore backup. And he gets near the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, you can tell Brighton's happy doing this. They're happy with 3 yards in a cloud of dust right now. They want to keep the ball out of Northville's hands. And 3rd and 1, I think they'll take every single down here all the way through.
Fine push up front. Look at the drive. That right side, Jack Story, guy who's Division I offers from Western Michigan, Kent State. Baseball player. Handoff right side, and that's near the first down marker, but not to it. Going to be short, going to be 4th and short. The give was by the quarterback. Kept it himself, couldn't get it. McKernan stopped short. Fine play by the defender, Evan Deek, whose name we've called quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, so who on Northville is going to step up and make a play on this 3rd down? And Deek has been that guy all game long to make plays. He's been physical. He's been in the mix. He's just been a great defender for Northville all game long. And it looks like they're going for it on 4th and 1. This could be a big momentum moment.
The D coordinator, Matt Laddick. On a quick count, Schrader gets the first easily. The quick count helped, and they plow through on that left side behind Lorius and Thalacker, the thumper, their left guard.
Yeah, not only the quick count, they brought in the beef. I mean, they packed everybody at the line of scrimmage and just went at it. And you love that. That's confidence in your team. That's confidence in your line and your running back. And here they go again.
Miles McGuire, that center, firing that ball. Few yards here. D-line tightens up for Northville. And look, if you're Northville, you know that, look, your offense has not really had much progress. There's 7 minutes left. You may not get the ball back again. A lot of pressure on the defense here.
Yeah, they must hold them to at least a field goal, or at most a field goal, I guess.
Yeah. Schrader back in. Quarterback Colin McKernan, 16 of 27 on the year coming in. But has he ever been sharp tonight? And he has peppered it around the infield to 6 different receivers. Schrader going to carry the left side, going to cut back, not going to have enough. He stopped at the 30.
He'll have enough now.
Now he will.
15-yard penalty.
Flag on the field, and yeah, this is one that's going to tack on to what would have been a stop.
Yeah, he's just so tough. I mean, he's staying strong on the sideline, so you want to get this last hit in to get him out of bounds, but once he's on that white, you can't come in and lay him out.
Did they call it?
Yeah, they're walking it off right now.
All right, I was going to say, I think that's pretty obvious. They did indeed, so a big penalty.
Yes.
Mark that one down, Stick.
And especially when you do it in front of the bench, too, because the bench is either going, ooh, or pointing it out. You know?
You're right.
Once you get that reaction.
Schrader with 88 yards tonight, averaging 5 yards a carry, has a touchdown. His longest rush is 19, but a lot of 5-yard to 10-yard runs, and especially on first down. We'll see what Brighton does here on first down from the 14-yard line. 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, nothing doing. That's a tackle at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain. And fine defense by Northville.
Yeah, it seems like Brighton is just in slowdown mode. They just want to run the ball up the middle a couple times and then see if they can pick up another first down and keep grinding that clock down, because that's their 12th man right now on the field. Cooper Hoffman in on that tackle along with Hunter Laddick.
6 minutes left, 2nd down and 10. They'll call it a gain of nil. 17-14, Brighton with the lead and the football. Trying to eat some clock. They had a beautiful 6-minute drive their last time with the football that ended in a field goal. 2nd and 10 from the left hash. McKernan, the quarterback, throws right side. In pursuit, the Mustang defense. 2 tackles missed, but the third is not. Maybe a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 9 with 5:30 left and a huge 3rd down opportunity.
Oh, this is when it gets interesting, isn't it? Because now they're also within field goal range. So, man, what do you do if you're Brighton right here? Do you take a shot at the end zone?
We'll find out. Players looking at their wristbands. Offensive coordinator Denny Hopkins just inches away from us in the booth next to us.
We haven't seen him throwing a fade route or anything like that so far this game. This would be an interesting spot for it.
They move Schrader to the left. Got to watch him out of the backfield. McKernan rolling left. Got a man in the end zone. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The route was jumped, and that thing was nearly picked. That's Max Anderson, the safety, who came up a bit gimpy. But Stick, he almost came up with a football here.
Man, that would have been a huge, huge, huge play for Northville. It still is. He broke up the pass. It wasn't a touchdown, so that is a big play in itself. But if they were able to get this interception, my goodness, what a game changer that would have been.
Looked like he might have tripped a bit or got his legs caught up. Anyway, here we go. Field goal attempt of 30 yards from the right hash out of the hold of the quarterback, Colin McKernan. It's a fake, and the throw is incomplete. It was either a fake or a mishandled snap. I think it was a called fake. We'll find out. But how about the defense? Cooper Hoffman all over it, and Northville stands tall and doesn't give up anything after that long drive, Stick.
Yeah, I'm with you. It was definitely a fake. It was called. You watch them leak out into the flat over here. Yeah, that's definitely a play call. But
well defended.
I don't mind that gamble either, because if you kick the field goal, you're up 6. A touchdown still beats you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the gamble there, but that was well read by the Northville defense. Great discipline, great coaching.
Northville with just their 3rd drive of the second half at the 4:42 mark. Turnover on downs. And Moore has had no room to run tonight, and a big part of it is number 3, the corner Ryan Villard, coming up making another stuff.
See, I thought he had room. Like he definitely could have picked up some yardage on this, but he kept dancing to the left and to the right instead of going north and south, and it cost him on that play.
Sure did. 2nd and 12. The 4:15 mark.
Moore has to be frustrated on the day. 11 rushes for 15 yards.
Yeah, guy that came in averaging 7.5 yards a carry has been stymied tonight for just about 1.5 yards per carry. 4 minutes left, 2nd and long. Luca in the shotgun. Play action. No. Rolling right, got a man caught. That is not Luca. That is the new quarterback in the ball game, and it is number 12. Nick Hellner. The new quarterback is Isaac Pace, so something is wrong with Luca Pryor, and it's Pace's game now, trailing. How about that?
Hey, this is this is where heroes are born, right? Homecoming, backup quarterback, down 3, 4th quarter.
Pace, a junior and a lefty, evidently. Handoff up the middle. This is Moore. Moore has a first down and more to the 26-yard line. Move the chains, 3:16 left. The game gets more interesting. Quarterback out. Back-to-back weeks, we've seen a starting quarterback out. It's all in the hands of Isaac Pace, the junior quarterback now. Tight formation. Rolling left, looking downfield, caught. First down and more again. This is a fine catch by way of Cohen Murphy with a catch, his first tonight, and this offense has not missed a beat. And it might have just been energized by this young man off the bench, Isaac Pace.
And we talked about it last week, throwing in a left-handed quarterback changes the defensive approach too.
Yep, throw right side, nowhere to go, in trouble, down he goes. 4-yard loss, well defended by Brighton. And right in the mix again is Ryan Villard.
Yeah, those bubble screens, they've run those several times tonight, and I believe Brighton has figured out how to defend it.
Yep, Rodriguez on the catch. So, 2nd and 14 from the 35. Pace, the backup, is in. Out route is incomplete. Timing routes like that are tough between a quarterback receiver that haven't worked a ton in a game, Stick. These things start to matter right now in a 3rd and 14 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, the wide receiver was open just a little bit behind him. He tried to catch it while falling out of bounds, and just not enough arm strength there to get it to him. But we talked about it. I was talking about it before that last snap. You had a right-handed quarterback in all game, rolling right. The pocket was rolling right. Now everything's reversed. It's rolling left. Quarterback's different. We'll see what they draw up on this 3rd and long.
3rd and 14 from the 35. The Mustangs on homecoming trail by 3. And they've got a false start here. And that'll move them back. It'll be 3rd and 19 now. And it doesn't help Pace to have to deal with a little bit longer of a field. They got the H-back Besco. So somebody needs to make a play. Brighton wants to keep it going. Crowd making noise. It's amazing. A lot of times in homecoming games, I know it's a good game, but nobody's left. I mean, the crowd's gotten bigger as the game's gone on.
Well, usually for homecoming games, you're trying to schedule the cupcake, right? You want the easy win on homecoming night.
Right.
Not the crosstown rival that's also undefeated. But it's turned into a great game.
Sure has. We'll see what Brighton has in store here. Out route caught at the 43-yard line. So it'll be a 5 yards shy of the first down, a healthy gain of 15. Stick, they've got a chance. The clock rolling inside 2 minutes now.
Yeah, I like that play. You don't go for the whole thing on third down, right? Let's try to get some yards back, make this a manageable fourth down, and here we are.
Catch is made by Hellner, who's had a big night. Fourth down in the ball game, perhaps. Throw and a flag. It's incomplete, but there's a flag down. And this might extend the game for the Mustangs. They were very demonstrative with this call, Stick.
Yeah, he threw that flag with some purpose, and you saw the Brighton sideline going a little bit nuts. But you know what? There was definitely some contact down the field, and you got to hand it to Northville. They're continuing to put the pressure on. It's going to be tough to see it there.
Yeah.
But that keeps the drive going. I mean, that's a first down. That's just like a turnover.
Yes, sir. 96 seconds left. Northville has life again. The Stangs get some gas in the tank. And with a 5.0 rolling down Ford Road, they got a chance right now from Tom Holzer Field to get this homecoming crowd off their feet. Pace looking right, got a man, curl route caught at the 35. Healthy gain. Catch made by number 27, that's Caden Besco, who's had a nice night out of that H-back. Clock rolling, 1:16 to go, 3 timeouts. Pace, looking left, got a man, caught, sideline, out of bounds. Nick Helmer again.
Pace has a nice feel for this offense. He is putting the ball where it needs to be. Nice gun for a left-hander. And I think I've seen this movie. This was called Varsity Blues, right? Where the backup quarterback comes in and leads his team to a victory on homecoming.
A minute, 9 seconds left, Stick. Now the clock will stop. But this passing clinic by Northville, who has not had much in the second half. I mean, they've been limited to under 100 yards of offense. We don't know what happened, but we do know that Luca Pryor, the senior starting quarterback, as you get a look at this crowd going crazy here. Momentum has definitely shifted, partner. We're going to take a look at the last couple of plays, chunk plays, Stick, for this Northville offense.
Yeah, this was a big play here. They're rolling to his right, coming back, throwing across his body, and that was on the inside shoulder of his wide receiver too, so that was a big play. And then they come back the very next play, roll him out to the left, and this is what I was just talking about. It's totally changing, and a nice catch by Nick Hellner right there on the sideline. And they're just matriculating the ball down the field little by little.
Hellner with 5 catches tonight, Charles with 5 catches, Rodriguez with 5 catches for 76 yards and a score. But how about Pace, who's come in? He's the story right now, Stick. 1st and 10 from the 26. Team down just 3 now. You don't need a touchdown. You certainly don't want to put it in a kicker's hands if your offense can take care of business with a touchdown.
100%.
Pace, the backup, flutters one high. Well covered out there by Jack Gregorich, the two-way senior star. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
You know what I love about this game? At halftime, I was saying wasn't sure who was going to win. A minute left in the 4th. Still not sure who's going to win this game, Chad.
We know one thing. These are the best 2 teams from the KLAA West. And no disrespect to the rest of the bunch. Novi, Canton, Heartland, Howell, Plymouth, and Plymouth-Salem. This is a good league, but these 2 teams showcasing tonight. Handoff up the middle. This is Moore, has a first down, and more across the 15 down to the 13-yard line. 13-yard run for lucky number 13, the running back Caleb Moore, who explodes when he needs to.
And I absolutely love that play call. You've been beating them up with the passing game. Why not hit them with a run up the middle? You haven't been able to do it all day. You finally loosened them up enough.
1st and 10 from the 13, 45 seconds left. Pace wants to go to the end zone, throws it away. He was looking for his wide receiver, but really smart to get rid of it. Cullen Murphy in the area, but a wise play by the junior backup who's playing stick out of his gourd tonight.
Yeah, Isaac Pace has come in this game and changed the entire pace of the game, no pun intended.
Boom.
He literally has, and I like that. He's showing confidence, too. A little pump fake on that last throw. Wasn't a completion, but it's showing that he's understanding the offense. He's processing it, and the game's going slower to him. You don't pump fake like that when the game's too fast.
Yeah, great point. Next man up. And this is what the head coach...
This is what a backup quarterback dreams of, right?
Yeah.
Homecoming night, down 3, 4-0 teams. This is what dreams are made of.
Yep. So here we go. 2nd and 10, 41 seconds left. All 3 timeouts remain for Northville. Handoff left side and out of bounds. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. It was Moore with the carry. The ball is now being placed on the 11-yard line, or called the 12. So, Stick, 3rd down. You got to make a responsible decision as a play caller here too, right?
Yeah, and this kind of goes back to their philosophy on what it was on that long 3rd down. Let's pick up 5 yards here. 4th and 3 is not intimidating to us. We still got the end zone we can throw it into. We can just try to get a 1st down on that play, but just try to get something here so 4th down isn't incredibly hard.
The junior quarterback, Isaac Pace. The story right now. A team that converted on a 4th and long. Pace has led the way. He's got a 3rd and 8 here with 36 seconds left. His team down 3. And we've got a false start, I believe, on Northville, or delay a game.
Delay a game.
So this backs it up. It'll now be 3rd and 12. And so now it's 3rd and 13. So now the timeout's going to be taken by Northville. And
now, are they taking that to avoid the penalty, or are they taking that after the penalty? Because I'm not seeing the refs walk this off. So maybe they gave them the timeout before the penalty.
Yeah, interesting. We'll see how they sort that out. Interesting, no doubt. I want to tell you about our friends at Success Mortgage Partners and all the great folks at Success Mortgage Partners. And you can find all about them in today's ever-changing real estate mortgage lending world. The importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime navigating the turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr, 734-674-6154. Here we go, 3rd down and 8 for Northville. Pace, back to pass, over the middle, nearly intercepted. Oh my, Luke Freisinger had his hands on the game at the 8-yard line. The pick was dropped, and now a field goal attempt to tie the game coming from Northville. Fine defensive play and a risky one for Northville.
Yeah, and if you go back and watch that play, number 27, Caden Besco, was open up in the flat. I think he just dumps it off to him. They're looking at a 1st down.
So it'll be Ross to snap it. And the attempt coming from Sam Weist, and it is blocked. The field goal is blocked, and a stop by Brighton. Oh my. The block was made. We'll get a replay, but Brighton gets a big-time special teams play. We saw earlier with Northville getting the plays, but look at that swarm by the Brighton faithful making the trip from B-Town.
They are all flooding out of the stands, and what a great play. I don't even know if this needed to be blocked. It looked like a weird kick from the get, but number 8 was able to get in and get the block. What a huge block. What a hero. I mean, there could have been multiple heroes in this game, right? the backup quarterback coming in, but Andrew Stewart comes in, the free safety, and gets the block of all blocks to go 5-0 now. Wow. The only undefeated team left in the KLAA.
Brighton holding on tonight, getting a big play and a block from Stewart, and will presumably run up the clock. There are 2 timeouts left. But what a game we've had tonight. What can you say about the Bulldog defense, though? Just 3 points in the second half combined. And the student section for Brighton, it just fired up, and what a feeling it is to come this way and win in Northville. Not an easy task this season.
Man, what a fun Friday night it's going to be in Brighton and Northville. You can't hang your head too low. You came in with your backup quarterback in this fourth quarter. You had a chance to at least tie the game, force overtime. Didn't get it done, but man, what an absolute great ball game here Friday night in Northville. So happy to call it, and you can see the Brighton coaches next to us patting each other on the back. Very exciting. Here comes Brighton, rushing the field, giving the handshake. Congratulations to both schools on an incredible game. Homecoming night in Northville. Beautiful night in Northville.
Brighton wins it 17-14. We're coming back with the G's of the game. Brandon Justice will hunt him down. Thanks for watching. What a great night. Don't go anywhere. This is The Prep.
They say that this is a game of inches, but I disagree. This is a game of desire and will. 4 quarters of epic drama that plays out in real time right before our very eyes. And every season begins the same way, with a desire to win. Those with the will to put in the effort and time put themselves in the best position to achieve their desire. This is why we go to work early and come home late. Why we go so hard and why we put in all these hours. Because we have a desire to be great and the will to become everything we dreamed of and more. So when the drama's thick and it comes down to just those few precious inches, we have no doubt what the outcome will be. Because we have the will to outwork anyone to get what we desire. It doesn't matter if it's inches or 100 yards. We want it more, and we're gonna take it. That's game.
Welcome back to Tom Holzer Field. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Brandon Justice is our field reporter. We'll go to him in just a moment for our G-Brand G's of the game. What a game it was. A game that saw most of the scoring, in fact, all the scoring except for a field goal in the first half. And the Braden Childs 34-yard field goal was the game winner. It broke the 14-all tie. At the 1:14 mark of the third quarter, there would be no more scoring, but there was expected scoring when there was a field goal attempt of 30 yards from the left hash. It was blocked by Stewart, And it essentially ended the ball game, 17-14. The Dogs come on the road and steal one and spoil homecoming for Northville.
Yeah, but what an incredible game by both teams. You know, both the coaches had their teams out there on a knee just talking to them, and it reminded me of that commercial for McDonald's. Like, hey, we didn't play our best game. We're going to McDonald's. We played our best game. We're going. Like, both these guys did exceptionally well tonight. It was a very entertaining ball game to watch. At no point in this game did you know who was going to win this game, even down to the very end. You didn't know that Brighton was going to be able to block that field goal to stave off the tie, and who knows what would have happened if this game went into overtime, right? So
totally.
just a fun Friday night here at Northville. Obviously, if it's your homecoming, you want the W, but you can't take this win away from those Brighton kids.
No doubt. Brighton comes in and withstanded that deep drive, and the heroes of the game, there's no doubt, the guy that made one of the final plays, no mistaking in the heroics of Mr. Andrew Stewart. He's down there, one of our G's of the game. But let's first go to the head coach.
The big G.
Standing by with the head coach. That's Brian Lemons with Brandon Justice.
And every coach wants that. I know Coach over there, he puts his kids in a good spot every time we face them. You know, everybody really played hard tonight. I think we're fortunate to get out of this one with a W. Our kids really put the time in for it.
I mean, what a night from the kicker. I mean, just an unbelievable display to go out there in a big kick, not only for a high schooler, but for anybody, for any type of kicker at any level, to go out there and take the game winner for you guys. How much did it mean for you guys to have that leg behind you?
You know, it's nice to have that tool in our box, and he can roll out there and kick some good field goals for us. He's pretty consistent. We're pretty happy with where we're at.
Rest of the season, you've beaten you've beaten Northville at their homecoming. What's the next big goal for your team?
Next week, that's the most important thing on our calendar right now. Get ready for the next one and just keep rolling.
Good luck the rest of the way, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Andrew Stewart, hot off blocking the field goal. I mean, it looked like a chip shot for Northville, but you did not allow it to be, and you won the game for your team. What went through your mind before that play, and then what went through your mind thereafter?
You know, we pretty much just repped it all week, and then after it, I was just celebrating with the team, trust my reads, and yeah, pretty much.
What does it mean for you guys to not only beat Northville, but to beat Northville at their place at homecoming?
You know, it feels amazing. We knew that they were going to come out hot. They were going to come out feisty. Just fortunate enough to win and to make the draw in the last field goal.
All right, you guys have accomplished the big one here tonight.
Yeah.
What's next? What's the next big goal for the Bulldogs?
Go home, and then on to the next one, 1 week at a time. And, yeah, that's it.
It's Andrew Stewart, Brandon Justice. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brandon Justice. We appreciate that very much. Andrew Stewart with the block. He's one of our G's of the game. There's also a guy offensively that had a game to remember. Colin McKernan, what a fine night. 20 of 27 from throwing the football, 173. Really controlled this game. And he is our other G of the game. We'll talk to him soon. He's down there with Brandon Justice. But what can you say, Stick? What's your thoughts and the way that the field general, Colin McKernan, bounced back after he missed so much time early on in the season?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job, and we talked about it early in the game. You know, they wanted to control tempo. They wanted to make sure that they stayed on pace, and they did that all game long in the first half, you know, able to score a couple touchdowns. In the second half, obviously tough sledding on both sides of the ball, but it seemed like Brighton had control of that entire second half. At no time in the second half, I was like, oh, Brighton's coming close to letting this slip away. They dominated the ball on both sides. Defense really picked up the pressure in that second half, started playing downfield a lot, and then obviously that big field goal pushing them over the top, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, no doubt. McKernan is standing by as one of our G's of the game with our own Brandon Justice, who's down on that sidelines with the other half of our G's.
Senior quarterback Colin McKernan, who just beat Northville at their homecoming. Goes without saying, that's a big moment for you guys. What did it mean to get this win?
Man, it was a team win. Like I said, we came out on offense. First half, relied on us. Second half, we relied solely on the defense, and Braden Childs, our kicker, one of the best in the state. This is a great team win. This is great for our morale, and we're going to take this with us for the rest of the season.
You already said it, but how much does Braden Childs mean to this team? I'm not saying he single-handedly won this game for you guys tonight, but without that last kick, it gets a little bit more challenging. What does Childs mean to you guys as a team?
Well, not only is he one of the best kickers in the state, he's one of our stud defensive ends, and he's a real run stuffer. He's a genius. He's a genius on defense.
For you, quite the game, right? Going out there and, like you said, played a little bit of ball control in the second half, but you played safe, you played clean, and you kept this team at a chance to win the game. What does it mean for you and your offense to be able to, maybe not have a complete project tonight, but still did enough to win and beat a really good team in Northville?
Well, yeah, like I said, it's just great for the morale. This really built a kind of cornerstone for the rest of the season. We're just going to build off of it. Hey, we're 0-0 going into Canton. We're 0-0.
Next week, Brighton at Canton. You'll see Kyle McKernan, Braden Childs, and the gang there. Check them out next week. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it.
Back to Chad in the booth.
All right, thank you, Brandon Justice. Appreciate that. Well-earned and deserved G of the game, Colin McKernan, the senior quarterback, 20 of 27 for $173 and stick. He led that last, the only scoring drive of the second half. And yeah, it was a field goal, but it was a long drive, their longest scoring drive of the game. 13 plays, 80 yards. It took 6 minutes, and it was really a statement drive and an emotional shift of momentum.
Yeah, and I loved how he just said, we're 0-0. It doesn't matter. We're not 5-0. We're 0-0. We got a game next week. That's the first game on the schedule. Everything else is behind us. Everything else is in front of us right now, and I love that. Love that mentality, and they played strong all game long. Coming into a hostile environment like this, a packed house. I mean, you saw the camera pans of the crowd. It was absolutely crazy. But let's take a look at some of the highlights and how we got to that score of 17-14 here in Northville. It started off with Northville getting on the board, touchdown to number 26. Here's a nice run right here by number 17. We were just talking to him. He had a great game. Obviously, a short run right there, but that got them back on. You see him bumping up his linemen like, thank you, guys. We can do this all game long. And then this was a nice run around the outside by big number 5. And the wide receivers, you got to hand it to them all game long for Brighton, were able to block downfield. Carson Schrader with some huge ones. And here it is, man. Big number 44. Not only is he, quote-unquote, one of the best kickers in the state, but he loves to stop the run. That is Braden Childs, and what a huge kick. And then, obviously, blocking it at the end. And you know what? We talked about it a little bit. Special teams won the second half and won this game. There was a muff punt. There was a big stop on 4th down. And then, of course, a field goal and a blocked field goal. So special teams really decided this game in the second half.
It did, and there were some fine special plays by Northville in the first half. Second half by Brighton, and that ended up winning the game for them. We should certainly note what happened in this game and how things sort of changed. And the irony of this, we had another quarterback injury.
Yeah.
And this time in the fourth quarter, the great quarterback for Northville, Luca Pryor, who was cruising to an excellent game. Pryor was 14 of 17 for 160 yards and a touchdown when he checked out. And we didn't know what it was, but it did become something, and we didn't know what was behind him. But, boy, Isaac Pace came in, 6 of 10 for 48 yards, doesn't even tell the story. He was able to lead a drive, get him in position, stick to score. If there's a third star in the game, I think, or a third G, if Brian Metallic would let us have it, I think the quarterback, Isaac Pace, was very special tonight, and he's got a bright future.
Yeah, listen, we're professional broadcasters, Chad. We're not supposed to root for people, but anytime a backup quarterback gets in, homecoming night, fourth quarter, your team's down 3, that's what you do in the backyard, right? Yep. That's what you practice when you're little. You're making the Hail Mary throw, and I was rooting for him. I honestly was, because I love that storyline. But then a blocked field goal to win against your rival on a home game, that's also a great storyline, too. Not taking anything away from Brighton, but man, Isaac Pace came in this game and really did his thing.
He did. Let's get to some of the final score statistics here before we get out of here. Caleb Moore was shut down in this game. He did explode late, gave him a chance. He finished with 14 carries, 33 yards. He did have a touchdown as well in this game, and he was in the end zone in the second quarter. Rushing leader for Brighton was Carson Schrader, 18 rushes for 89 yards and a touchdown. Passing, Luca Pryor. We told you how accurate he was, 14 of 17 for 159 yards and a touchdown. Colin McKernan, one of our G's of the game, 20 of 27, very accurate, 173 yards. And receiving, well, the receivers were busy in this one. How about 3 receivers with 5 catches for Northville in this game? Rodriguez, Hellner, and Charles, all with 5 snatches. Caden Besco with a couple. The longest gainer was Rodriguez, who had 76 yards, and he also had that touchdown reception. Receiving for Brighton, Millhouse led the way. He had 7 snatches tonight for 65 yards, tops in receptions, tops in yards. 6 catches for Tomasi, who came in their top receiver in receptions. Schrader with 4 snatches out of the backfield for 20 yards, and then 2 catches for Gregorich also in the game. Gregorich also ran the football for 17 yards. But, Stick, this was a game that we really saw some great things from folks where they were able to piece together things with multiple players being involved.
Yeah, and you got to hand it to the coaching staff, too, keeping your team involved in this game, keeping them, fired up on the road. Because, like I said, this was a hostile environment. They were packed all the way down there to all the way down here on the Northville side. And to look across and see that, it can be intimidating for young men. So to keep them confident, keep them ready to go on the road, come out in that second half with it seemed like a completely different mentality than they had in that first half. Yeah. Great win for Brighton.
Sure was. Time to say goodnight. Couldn't do it without our great crew. Want to thank our executive producer, Alex Westfall, Robert Sherby, your technical director, Matt Schwartz, the Schwarzenator on Instant Replay, your coordinator, Fish on audio tonight, doing great work, Brandon Justice on sidelines. We've got Kyle, your sideline coordinator, Chris Armani Rose on camera. Also on camera, Robert Sarna. Got all the Robs in the house tonight. And also on a camera tonight is Aya. Aya Sheik is on camera 3 tonight. And I think that's everybody. How about our stat crew? Give it up for him. Pat the Stat.
Oh, yeah.
Jan
with the Kula.
Great job. And we can never forget who else is down there. We've got a great camera crew. Who's my last guy? Is it Ross? Yeah, Ross is down there. Ross is in the house. Always good to see Bradley Ross on sideline. So that's going to do it for tonight. For my partner, Sam Stick Day, my name's Chad Bush. And your sideline reporter tonight, Brandon Justice. Next week, we've got soccer. No football next Friday. It's going all soccer. We're going to the PSL title game. We're putting up the pigskin. We're putting on the pill. It's going to be soccer from Detroit Renaissance High School. We'll pause on football next week, and we'll catch you the following week. Also want to thank the fine staff at Northville and the guy who made all this happen, their fine athletic director, Brian Samolsky, and a great crew. Thanks for making us cozy in this booth. For the final time tonight, from Tom Holzer Field, my name's Chad Bush. Brighton wins a tight one in a KLAA West battle, 17-14 over Northville. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. So long.